we're going live. Hey guys, welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel, and yeah, we've got a bit of a very interesting stream for you. We've been working in the background with a lot of stuff, trying to get it to work. So just to explain a little bit about it, we're gonna look at Amiga games. I'm sorry if you're dyslexic, that flash may have destroyed you. I had no idea it was going to happen, but we're going to look at arcade ports that are on the Amiga playing on the Analogue Pocket. So we're going layer within layer within layer. I've got a special guest with me today, the actual developer of the Amiga Core, the person that brought the Amiga Core over to the Analogue Pocket, known as Mazamars312, or you can just call him Murray if that's what works. So Murray, come and say hello to the people.
Hey guys, how's everything all going? Sort of jumping on here at the last little bit. Oh.
Okay,
I'm actually trying to find a few games to sort of.
Well, no, do that. I'll give Double Dragon a little go. TMS said 30 hours ago, roughly, that don't play Double Dragon. It is terrible. So, well, okay, what's going on? have I got no sound for Double Dragon? That's very weird. I've definitely got my stuff plugged in. So guys, you may not be getting sound from, you're definitely not going to get sound from Murray, right? Because that's just the way we've kind of done the setup. I'm not used to streaming with other people, and I had some difficulties, right? So there's going to be no sound there, but it should be sound from me, and I don't understand why. Maybe this game hasn't got sound? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, there is sound. There is sound. Yeah. Maybe there's no music, so I'm not seeing the bars going up and everything. So that's cool. I get a janky arcade beat 'em up, Double Dragon. I remember this being really good. I played it a lot on the Atari ST. Is this something that you ever played, Murray?
Not on the arcades or anything like that, but more on, what was it? The Sega Master System.
It looks like he's about to burp him. Good boy. Let me burp ya. Oh, the Master System. Yeah, this was pretty much out for everything, wasn't it? C64, Spectrum, Amiga, ST. I mean, this was a big game back in the day. But yeah, okay. So you know what? This isn't the greatest of game. Have you got a game ready that you're ready to come and show the people?
Yeah, I'm just playing Defender at the moment, which
is an arcade game. So you know what? Let me turn my one down, right? So let me quit this quickly, so there's no sound. And what we're going to do is we're now going over to Maz's screen, where he's playing Defender by Williams, and I'm going to kind of enjoy this stream, right? Because usually I'm always playing, talking, and that's a relief where I don't actually kind of have to play. So Maz, what are your thoughts on Defender?
It reminds me of what was that old Camels game where you had to run from side to side?
I had that game. I had that game for the C64. I bought it. It was like £2 or £1.99 in the newsagents. It wasn't the most premium game, but I know what game you're talking about. I just can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. But yeah, Defender, I played that quite a bit way back in the day when I had the old Commodore 64 before the first one got stolen.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, we spoke about it, didn't we? And I feel really bad because I bought a stolen Commodore 64, but I can guarantee you the guy didn't go to New Zealand to steal your Commodore 64 to bring it to me. I bought it off a genuine, community crackhead.
Yeah.
So, we'll just
got some points there.
Oh, good stuff. All right.
I think there's...
So just having a look at chat. We've got Spitfire RAF 100. Evening, happy Friday. Wicked. It's been a hectic Friday, man. We've had the Commodore 64 release. We've had Gapless, aka Gallagher 3, and also Hotego's dropped a Pac-Mania beta, a Commando beta for the Analogue Pocket, and as well as that 1943 has gone public. So we've got a busy day. And also, don't want to leave out my buddy SNK Kev. A very good evening to you, bud. So yeah, Defender guys, you know what, Murray? This looks really good. I have to say, it looks very good.
The old fire and everything like that.
Yeah,
actually, way better than the other Atari version.
Oh, okay. I
shouldn't say that too loud, but like.
Well, no, some games were better on the Atari ST, some were better on the Amiga. I found a lot of stuff to be quite on par with one another as far as playing the game and enjoying it goes. They seemed very similar to me, but obviously I know a lot of people would kind of argue about that and be like, no, you can't talk like that. This is how you just can't talk like that.
That's how it should be. That's it. Yeah. You gotta play it that way, otherwise. it's not authentic. But this is actually enjoyable. It feels much less. I
don't know if you know, right? But there's actually there's Defender. The Defender core is actually out for the Analogue Pocket. There's a new developer on the scene that just started porting a whole bunch of cores over. In fact, the Gallagher 3 is something they brought over today, which is Obsidian.dev. Really awesome guy, and he's bringing stuff over. And as well as that, right? So we've got Salao Retro Gaming, the guy that's brought over Toki to the Mister. He just tweeted a little while ago that he's got a developer pocket. So we should be seeing his cores. The only core that I know he's done, he may have done others, is Toki. So guys, good news there. We should be seeing Toki some point in the future from Ori Retro. I was looking at Ori the Retro Gamer, Salao Retro Gaming, and hello Ori Retro Gamer. So do you want to play something else, Maz? Do you want to get something else on? We can definitely take turns, but I'm happy for you to. So what are your favorite arcade games? And if arcade ain't your jam, then at some point I'm quite happy for you to hijack the stream and just play whatever you like, man. I mean, I'm just happy that you're kind of here with us.
Yeah, I'm having a look through the list of all the arcades that have been brought over.
If you can see my screen, which I know you can, this is what inspired me to do this stream, right? So this is Dante Mendez, or Dante Retro Dev, and he'd done a series of tweets looking at arcade games. So what we can do is we can go through these tweets if you want and have a look at the games that he's mentioned. So this
Actually, I've seen something here.
Yeah, all right, go for that. We'll go back to these tweets after. So let's go back to your screen and let's see what's it. Oh wow, that's one of the ones he mentioned. That's one of the games he mentioned. I love the New Zealand story, man, and I'm pretty sure I played this on Amiga.
I don't know if it's in reference to anyone here.
But the New Zealand story. Do you know what's really funny? I never really clocked up until this very moment, right? Where the penny has just dropped. Okay, guys, if you're going to see like a delayed display, I'm really sorry about that. We're using Google Meets to get this across, and it may not look like a full 60 FPS at times. You might get jerking. That's definitely not the performance of the Analogue Pocket. That's just the interwebs. I'm literally on the internet with someone that's the furthest part of the world away from me, literally underneath me. I'm looking down and, well, I can't see him, but yeah, he's in Australia and I'm in the UK. Hey man, I'm a father of 3. The dad jokes, they just flow naturally, man.
Yeah. I was waiting for it.
Yeah. So, what I was going to say was I never realised, right? So with the New Zealand people, a term for them, I don't know if it's a derogatory term, but I've definitely heard it being used like quite, banter between Australian people and New Zealand people, and they call them Kiwis. And in this game, you're a Kiwi as well. So I kind of feel like there's some kind of dig or a little bit of a joke there that maybe not everyone picked up on straight away. Well, I didn't.
It's not so much the Kiwi thing as the joke. The Kiwi is the New Zealand national bird, if you want to call it that.
Ah, okay.
Like, it's a flightless bird, so it's kind of ironic that we've got a bird here that's flying at the moment.
Well, it's not really flying. It's using a balloon to fly, isn't it? So it can't actually fly. It can only jump. So as long as a Kiwi can jump, it should be accurate, right?
Yeah, and technically it should be at night time as well here, because it's a nocturnal bird.
Well, they just might have really good lighting in this game, right? It could be nighttime, right? It's like what was the riddle I gave my kids? I was telling them, look, there's a guy. He's dressed in black. There's no street lights on. There's no lighting anywhere, and he's completely dressed in black. He's even got like a black pair of sunglasses on, so you can't see his eyes. How are you going to find him? And kids they never figured out. They never figured out. They come up with all these different scenarios, but everyone failed to say that it was actually daytime.
God.
Oh no!
I'm just going to keep quiet for a second.
All right, you know what? That killed it. I'm just going to check my subs. I think some numbers have gone down specifically for that. Guys, if you're just tuning into the stream, I've got Mazamars here, the developer that brought over the Amiga Core to the Analogue Pocket. As well as that, it's the Neo Geo Core. He's brought over to the Analogue Pocket as well, and as well as that, it's the PC Engine CD core. That's your cores that you brought over so far, right? I'm not missing any, am I?
PC Engine.
CD,
Neo Geo,
yep.
Yeah, the CD part.
Yep.
Neo Geo and the Amiga. What else am I working on?
So you work.
don't
We know
know.
you're working on
I can't
Star
say
Wars
much
that
more.
you've revealed. Well, you've revealed Star Wars
Yeah,
because I've
yeah, Star
mentioned that. So I know there's other stuff you're working on that you haven't quite revealed. But obviously, if there's anything you want to talk about, you can do. That's your choice completely.
Yeah, I suppose the bigger thing was building up the MPU to get all of these sort of things going, which we hope to get. I know I was speaking to a couple of guys with the C64, and of course, someone's already brought that out, which that's excellent that that's come out. Um, but yeah, we want to sort of try and make something that's easy to bring things over, and they can use hard drives and floppy controllers and stuff like that. So I was working pretty hard with Analogue to get a lot of that stuff in the framework and everything, which was great to play.
Do you know a question that we always get, and I know that's something that you may do in the future because I know you like the game Snatcher and you want to play the Mega CD version, but you know, I know that's something that a lot of people are after. So hopefully once maybe the PC Engine CD core gets done, something like the Mega CD will become easier, or the Sega CD, depending on what part of the world you're from.
Yeah, indeed. And it's all dependent on me getting time at the moment because that's, as I've always said, I've got a normal job plus doing this plus family life and everything. So yeah, it'll be great to sort of get that over and getting the MPU up to a spec where anyone can use it, which will help out.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Also, what's SNK Kev saying? So Mazamars, I hope I become a developer as good as Mr. the Analogue Pocket. Wicked. Oh look, you're being called Mr. the Analogue Pocket. Good stuff. And we've got Philae in. Philae, hey Philae, how you doing, bud? Ori as well. This is the best Amiga menu system. Both Mr. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Ori, I absolutely love Amiga Vision. I had the Amiga growing up, right? I loved it. But when it came to like Mr. or even before I got the Mr. software emulation, I was always put off by emulating or running cores that were computer cores, right? Because as soon as I think I've got to do this, then I've got to customize this. It's not like a console core, right? Or a console emulator. You grab it, at the very most you might have to put in one BIOS file, you put in your ROMs and you're done. So what Amiga Vision have done is they've made this fantastic front end, man. It really is a thing of beauty, right? And most recently they've a sister project, they've brought over the DOS stuff, which is the DOS stuff. The AO46 core, it is just absolutely next level, man. I mean, it really is fantastic. Guys, you know what, we'll give you a little bit of a soundtrack, right? A little bit of trivia here. Can anyone guess what this soundtrack is playing in the background? I'll put it a little bit louder so you get it. So let's see if anyone can work it out. We can't actually hear it because it's running through my OBS. I can only judge it by levels. Oh, it's going up a bit loud there based on the levels. Can anyone guess what that is? It's a very popular Amiga game. When it came out, it was pretty much considered. Oh, is it okay? Is it too quiet there? Yeah, should be all right now, Philly. I've got it on -25 now. Oh yeah, Spitfire RAF guessed it. It's cannon fodder, right? Which we really like. So I think maybe if you guys are happy with it, we can leave it playing on loop for some time because the only sound we're gonna get from Mazamars is him beating his stick. I mean, him pressing the buttons on his controller would be more appropriate.
Yeah, it's pity we couldn't get the sound through.
Yeah, do you know what? There's going to be a way. I think I need to look into this because I think it will be entertaining to kind of share screens, share people playing on one side. I mean, what I usually done with Andy D, we did a stream, but we used Fightcade to play. So Fightcade has got the entire Final Burn Neo ROM set, as well as Mega Drive, PC Engine, and SNES. It doesn't do a good job on SNES; it's too choppy. But for Final Burn Neo, even Dreamcast, it does a good job. So because we're both playing and we got the voice, we're both playing multiplayer games. That was actually quite a bit of fun, man. But yeah, wicked. So guys, this is R-Type 2, and guys, what a great port. Like, right, Maz, gonna ask you this question here. Is there a bad version of R-Type? Because I've not found one yet. Even the worst version of R-Type, right, is actually playable and good. And I'm talking like MSX, Game Boy DMG, the ones that are technologically inferior are still darn good. Like, have you played a bad version of R-Type 1 or 2?
I don't know in terms of the gameplay and all that. Like, I've never seen anything bad on the R-Type side of things, other than my bad playing, of course, as everyone can see.
Yeah, we've seen worse.
I haven't even got past the first level ever. There we go. I've had enough. I'm not.
Go.
But like, I think still the PC Engine still has the better graphics of it all.
Yeah, PC Engine is PC Engine is good, man. I can never decide what my favorite console is, whether it's the SNES or the PC Engine. It's always between the two, two, because I absolutely love both of them.
But I haven't seen anything that's really all that bad.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. R-Type's just, whichever version I try, whenever I try it, I'm like, okay, this is still good. So R-Type is good. So Billy, so SNES is your favorite one, yeah? Spectrum version was fantastic of R-Type. I still remember playing it around my friends. I remember like loading those tapes, man. That was a fun 20 minutes, right? And when you're a kid, you had nothing else to do. So you're literally there waiting for that tape to load, man. Not even reading a book or anything.
Was it on the Commodore 64?
It might have been. It's not something that I played, but given the fact that we've got a Commodore 64 core now, I'm waiting for my guy Philly to find this recommended ROM set, and when he does, we'll whack it on there, and hopefully it will have R-Type on there on the C64. But it's not something I played personally. You know, that part, I really like that part there with those lifts, because in the first R-Type you had the rotating shape, didn't you? You had to kind of navigate through that. On this one you've got three kind of, I don't know what to call them, lift boxes or whatever, going up and down. So that was actually really, really good. I just call them
lifts, and I've always had... What happened there? Yeah, the lifts have always been a bit of a tricky one on that.
Do you know what? Let me give you a game. So we go to Dante's one. Try a game called Liquid Kids. It looks quite decent. We got. I tell you what, you can pick Liquid Kids, Dragon Breed, Ninja Warriors, or Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, wicked. Like guys, if any of you don't follow Dante Retro Dev, right? The guy is amazing. You can see his handle there on screen, Dante Mendez. Very, very good account to follow. Like if you're into like niche games and hidden gems, it's the best account on Twitter to follow. Amiga stuff, console stuff, computer stuff. Like I found a lot of stuff he's tweeted I've made videos out of, because I've been like, wow, this is so damn interesting. And the whole reason to talk a bit about this video, how it started was I was speaking to Mazar on Discord about stuff, and I just sent him after I created this, I just sent him a link saying, look, I'm going to do a stream of your core on, it was originally supposed to be Thursday, and he said, oh, shame it's not Friday, otherwise I could come on. And I was like, dude, let's move it over to Friday. So it wasn't planned, it just kind of became, and I was like, okay, that's kind of all right. Is that a dog I could hear there? That sounds like a Rottweiler or something.
No, that's just Lucy. She always jumps up and down. She's a German pointer.
Okay. Is a German pointer like a German Shepherd, or?
No, German pointer. Which is kind of interesting, because she's been the most expensive animal that we've had this last year.
Okay. Do you know,
unfortunately, she said, what was it? This is a bit interesting. Am I actually killing anything, or I'm just shooting a lot of stuff? I can't
remember how you play. I remember I played this, I think, on a Saturn on some stream, and it was a lot of fun. And I was like, okay, I saw Dante tweet this. I imagine this is in the arcade, because it was in an arcade ports stream.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, poor Lucy. She's had a ear infection for the last week, so.
Oh no.
Poor little thing.
No, always sad. I mean, do you know what? Funny enough, I got a text off my friend. Like, we're cat people in this house, right? So, but my wife doesn't allow me to have pets, and you know what? You can't. Like, one thing, I don't know about all you married guys out there, right? But you can never win an argument with your wife. If you're right, you're wrong, and if you're wrong, you're double wrong. So, like, my kids, right? The kids want a cat. My wife and my daughter, they're not really into animals, so they don't want it. My boys, they're voted, they're outvoted 3-2, right? Yeah, but I can't have the cat. Literally, a friend said a 6-month-old cat, a kitten, 6-month-old kitten, all neutered, all injections, all everything. I don't know why he's getting rid of the cat. And I was like, wicked, because I don't want a boy cat, right? I'd rather get a cat that goes out and impregnates other cats, if it still can, if the ding dong is still working, than opposed to having a female cat that just, I have all the cats growling or meowing outside the house when the cat's on heat, and
Well,
you know,
wait until they wake you up in the middle of the night.
yeah, man.
Then see what happens.
No, what did I have before? I had a cat before. I've had a few cats before in different parts of my life. But since getting married, I had one cat while I was married that was kind of inherited. But once we moved from that place and gave the cat away, my wife was like, no to cats. So absolutely no cats. Let's see what's happening in chat. We've got a few things going on in here.
Just trying to work
Wicked. No, SNK Kev, we got that, man. SNK Kev, keep going. Keep working at the development. If you're not on the FPJ Gaming Discord, they've got some very good Analogue Pocket developers on there. In fact, I'd say the vast majority of developers are on there. And if there's any that are not, I always recommend that they join there to advise. Right, you've got good people sharing good information on this. A great place to be. Actually, on another note as well, just before I started this stream, I checked the comments on my YouTube videos. The Commodore 64 dev Marcus Triple Z. He actually commented on the video, so he's on there. So is that someone you know, nice. Maz? Do you know Marcus Triple Z?
No, like I said, for the last couple of months, I've been sort of a little bit more offline. As I said, I've been traveling overseas and working and doing a hell of a lot of reports and stuff like that. So I'm slowly getting back into all of this side, which has been nice to really get back in and seeing what everyone's been up to and what I've missed out on.
Yeah, there's been some good stuff. So Boogerman, he's got. So I've got currently 4 cores of his that are works in progress. Right, he's not released them. So actually 5. IRMM 72, IRMM 92, the MSX core. I've got a Nova 2001 core and a Sega System 1, but they should be getting released within the next week or so. And with Marcus, once he'll start releasing them at quite a fast frequency once he kind of gets on that. But a lot of people obviously need to understand that all you guys have regular jobs. This is just a kind of hobby thing that you do on the side, and unfortunately real life does get in the way quite a bit. And also, who else have we got? We've got so there's Obsidian.dev. I don't know, have you heard of them yet, or you spoken to them or anything? They have come on the Discord.
Not yet.
Yeah, so they're really good. So they kind of came out of the blue. I can't remember what their first core was. It might have been like a Donkey Kong Dig Dug 2, Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr., Dig Dug Part 2, Tower of Droga. So all of a sudden, right, bang, we just got these random ones. And it was really good, because when we get these guys putting stuff on GitHub, whenever I do the video, I'm like, look guys, like, come over to the Discord, like, come and say hello. And it's nice because Obsidian.dev came over to the Discord, and then I told him about the FPGA Gaming Discord. I said, look, go on there, because you know you can share ideas, and if you hit a roadblock or anything, there's good people to advise there. You know, you've got like Boogerman on there, you've got Ag on there, you've got I think you've got Kevtris on there as well. Even though I don't think I've ever spoken to Kevtris personally, but you've got a whole bunch of developers on there, good minds and good places to get advice if you need it.
And the good thing is that are all open to helping out and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
I know way back in the day it was just me sort of running around, and then Ag got in and we started talking, and of course Kev was always there to jump around. But yeah, it was good when we all started getting into all of that. What are these little things here?
I have no idea. I don't know how to play this game. This is like a lot of games I've discovered when I do streams, especially, or when new cores are coming out for the Analogue Pocket Amiga, and I start testing out games, and then I kind of find stuff to kind of mess around with. But going back to the Analogue Pocket is just such an amazing device now, right? I mean, it is like a FPGA Nintendo Switch. You can play it on the go, you can dock it. The amount of stuff you've got on OpenFPGA and the amount of stuff still coming is just wow. Like, it really is. I never thought it would be this far. Do you know, at one point I was actually going to refund my Analogue Pocket, because I had it, I was waiting, it was like 7-8 months, I hadn't got it. There wasn't anything apart from playing cartridges on there. I wasn't interested in playing cartridges, right? I bought it hoping that a jailbreak or something came out that gave us access to cores, because I've got modded Game Boys. I like handheld gaming. I can play on that, you know, no biggie. So it's come amazingly well. Do you want to try something else? You want to change it up, or if you're really into it, I can.
What do we got?
Okay, so
When you play something for the moment while I have a look for something.
yeah, sure, go for it. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go with Ninja Warriors, I think. So let me bring up my screen. We need to turn off Cannon Fodder. Always remind me, guys. Please remind me in chat if Cannon Fodder's on and my screen is on. So let me turn you on off for now. All right, so need to turn my controller back on. Really like this. I'm a big fan of 8-bit though controllers, man. Really do like them. Very easy to use.
Yeah, I just put a purchase through to get a couple of them right now.
Oh, wicked. Funny enough, I just bought a second, the RF stick. I just bought a second one of that because it's just easy. When I take stuff around and I've got 2 of those sticks, or when someone comes around, because even when my friends come around, my boys are always messing around the front room and everything, and wires is just a no-no. So I've got 2 wireless sticks now. The only thing is the guests will get the unmodded stick, right? You know, I'm going to get the Sanwa. They won't get, they'll get the generic one. Unless obviously they're really bad at Street Fighter and I'm significantly better than them, then I'll give the handicap of having a stick that's not somewhat up.
I'm interested in seeing the N64 Hall controller because I ordered that as well.
Oh,
and seeing how nice that would be.
Okay. I'm looking forward to like the 8-bit doll one, the one that's going to coincide with the analog. The analog 3D. Okay, guys, so we've got a bit of game sound now, so we should be good. Hopefully it's not kind of too loud. Oh, I love the soundtrack for this, man. I think I used it in one of my weekly videos. If Big Al is Big Al in the house? Big Al, I'm thinking about using Shinobi for tomorrow's video. But guys, just a heads up now, tomorrow's video is going to be well late because of these 2 extra videos I did today, right? And this stream, I've not been able to do anything on a weekly video, and I kind of like to, in most cases, I like to have all of it done by Friday night. So at the worst case, I'm editing stuff Saturday morning. If I get it done by Friday, then I can kind of have like Saturday morning off. I feel like, you know what, I've done it. And just for a bit of context, the weekly news video takes me anything from 3 hours to 8 hours to do. So there's actually, and that's not including research that I do during the week and taking notes and going through those. So it is actually quite a big job. Hopefully I can make some money out of it one day, right? Keep buying FPGA products and growing the scene. Okay, this is more difficult than the bloody arcade version. Oh, okay, Mario, I like what you've got on your screen, you know. I think.
Operation Wolf.
Oh, you gave it away. I was going to let it be a surprise because they can't see it.
Sorry.
No, that's all good. Right,
I'm actually trying to see if I can send audio through
all right,
OBS actually.
In that time, do let me know because I've got my audio playing as well. So if there's anything on there. So you know what? In the meantime, let's have a look at another game. So there was Ninja Warriors there. Let's go Dragon Breed. Oops, sorry, no. Don't need to do that. It was your core, that's it. So get out of the Amiga Core, it's the select button to bring up the keyboard, and then press delete. Right, press select again to get rid of it. Dragon Breed. Again, a good game on the IRMM 72. Like this a lot. What's Phyllis saying? Hey Mazamars. Right, Phil's got a question for you. Hey Mazamars, what are you doing next in the pipeline for either Mr. or Analogue Pocket? And then he's put in, oh, that's a request, Outrun. Okay, we can check Outrun at some point. Looks like ports only, cool. Wicked. Yeah, so so we know you're working on Star Wars. There's another game that you actually mentioned because I mentioned it in my weekly video, which is Killer Instinct, right? So that's something you've got in the pipeline. That's stuff that you've disclosed that is public knowledge.
Killer Instinct is definitely up there. I've already got the CPU, the RAM controller, the video, sort of all up and running, but not on even Mr. or Pocket. I've got it on my development board at the moment.
Okay.
Just building up the sound side of things because that's a completely different chip that I've ever looked into. I think it's actually one of the chips that's on Mortal Kombat, if I remember correctly. Right. Okay. So it might not be.
Is this something that will fit on the Analogue Pocket, I guess, or is it going to be? Is it going to be like a no-no?
It's literally on the limit at the moment, so I've got to cut a lot of things out of it, but also add a lot into it as well. So we'll see if we can get there.
Okay. Well, hopefully you can. You know. I mean, I like the way you work, right? I remember during Neo Geo Amiga development and being like, oh, you know, I'm working on this. I think it's going to take me another week. And like, I'll get a message from you like 4 hours later and you've done it.
Please.
And you're like, yeah, I've done it. And then I'm like, dude, do you ever sleep? Like, I've slept for this many hours and I've done this. And, you know, you've just come and you've finished it. So I do notice that once you start working, can you get off the... Oh, he can get up. Wicked. That's so cool. Dragon Breed. So this is the RMM72 game, right? Let's get back on the dragon. Okay, so once I die on this, you're up then, yeah? You good with that, or are you still trying to work out how to bring the sound out?
I'll just see if I'll just change my microphone and see.
Guys, this is a good arcade port. I mean, like, the color palette's completely different, right? So I imagine that's something that the Amiga does. But again, I like the fact that I can see what I need to shoot here, right? Oh, but I missed some of those, right? Ah, and he's shot.
Don't do an output here.
Yeah, I was playing about with it yesterday with a friend, right? Trying to get all of it, but we couldn't get it. But I haven't got it integrated into OBS. I'm kind of just looking at the browser. So
yeah, I'm trying to see if I can add a audio output capture.
Okay.
Do it like that? No, that's not it. Just so I can pull it through OBS and then send it through the stream.
Yeah, no worries. I need to find that. There has to be a better solution. I need to find something that I know. Okay, I can work. Right, I'm gonna go and do one more. Right, so Philip, Outrun's not really good for the Amiga, but we'll go with that. Right, your request is there, and we'll do that. Right, but I do recall a new Outrun coming for the Amiga, unless you know the guys over at Amiga Vision have updated that and that's out. But I think that's something that's in the works. I don't think that's something that's out. So let's have a look at Outrun. Oh, here we go. It's here. Oh, Outzone. I'm gonna have to look at Outzone off. Well, that doesn't look like Outzone. Okay, we don't want to look at that.
We gotta also look at NAC on here as well.
Oh, why not? Why not? That's something. What is it? The Pramod from the Cock Release Group was working on, but he abandoned it. He couldn't get it on Mister or whatever. So that'd be interesting to see if the Amiga version will do. Right? Am I starting this or?
So NAC is not on Mister. It's only on Pocket, was it?
No. So I can't remember what Pramod said. I can't remember if he said he was unable to get it working on Mister, or if he did get it working on Mister, but he doesn't have a Mister any longer, so he refuses to develop for it. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in a grey area around there. So it would have been nice because he was initially working on the Mister. I saw screenshots and everything. There wasn't much there. Yeah, Philly, this is terrible, man. I think after playing this game, I might have to leave Murray here on his own while I literally go and take a musical sound shower in an actual shower to clean how dirty I feel after playing this terrible port.
I'm pretty sure the C64 version was better.
Yeah, you know what? The version on the back, drawn on the back of a cornflakes box was better than this. This is terrible. But they are making a good one. I remember seeing an article on it. I think I covered it in one of the weeklies as well. They're working on a new one, and it was like finally Amiga's gonna get like a version of Outrun. I mean, this is just absolute. Imagine like if you bought this, right? I mean, even if I bought a pirate copy for £1 in the market, I'd feel cheated. I'd be like, no, like, why have I got the... Actually, you know what? I was a crackhead when I was little. When I say crackhead, a video game crackhead, I still would have played this. I played worse games than this, man. I would have done it. Right, you know what, Philet? I've had enough of this. You ready? Do you wanna take over?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool. Let me go back into the front end. And let's now bring your screen up. So here we go. We've got Chrome. All right, you're on, buddy. And in the meantime, I'm going to open my drink today, and it's a Tango Dark Berry. That's the last one I have in the house. I have actually ordered. I've ordered off Amazon some cherry drinks, so they'll be coming tomorrow.
How do you start this?
How do you? You know, it's a mouse game, isn't it? Maybe you got to press spacebar or something because this is. Yeah,
oh, there we go.
Yeah. This game,
Yep.
this game's fantastic. I used to play this. I play this more on the ST. Do you know what? This is actually a game I completed on the Commodore 64 using nothing but the joystick. Right, let's get a bit of canon for the game because I feel it'll go with Operation Wolf somewhat.
This almost looks like, what was that zombie game on Sega CD?
The House of the Dead, Saturn and Dreamcast.
No, CD.
So I'm not too familiar with that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, Philly, we know Cannon Fodder was an arcade game. It's just a soundtrack that we're using in the background because, you know, war, never been so much fun. War, never been so much fun. It just sounds, it sounds all right. We're jamming with that. But yeah, it's not in, it wasn't in the arcade, bud. I mean, or the other alternative is while Murray plays it and there's no sound, I do the sound effects, right? You don't want to hear that. I'll give you an example. Sounds like it's similar to that, right? But yeah, see, I bet you're digging Cannon Fodder now, right?
Gotta get the CD version of that working. That'll be with the media player on.
Oh, nice.
Video on it.
Wicked, yeah. No, that
Get
was
the bird. Get the bird.
Oh man, what, the bird gives you ammo, yeah? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
For anyone that's just tuning in, guys, so we're looking at Amiga arcade games on the Analogue Pocket, and the special guest we have today, we have Mazamars312, who's actually the developer that brought the Amiga Core, along with some other cores, to the Analogue Pocket. Very, very talented guy, but don't tell him I said that because I don't want him to get a big head or anything, you know?
Yeah, don't tell Ultra. Yeah. He'll go nuts.
Ultra's not welcome here. We don't want him here. He's done nothing for the Pocket. Nothing.
I wonder who said that.
You know, he's a scary guy though. Don't tell him, right? Because you know, I don't want to feel the wrath of Ultra, right?
Where's my health on this? I'm trying to figure that out.
You sure it's not under the sync thing? Maybe it's there because it looks like it would fit.
Oh, it's the long bar, isn't it? Yeah.
It is the long bar, right? Okay, that's the next thing I was going to say, right? I was going to say it might be that long bar. Oh, right, okay. Did it just change colour then from from green to red? Okay, so it remains there.
Until just then.
Oh, don't worry, man. There's a lot of stuff I haven't worked out for years, and I actually do a YouTube channel about gaming, so I do some stuff, and I'm like, did I really say that? Did I really do that? And you'll always get someone pointing stuff out quickly, like, that's it. Oh, okay, so next game we got to do for Ori the Retro Gamer will be Cabal. So after this, check out Cabal, which might play a little bit better on the Amiga with a stick. So Ori is down the road from me. He lives down the road from me. He's in Stoke Newington. I'm in Tottenham. There's probably like maybe a maximum of 3 miles between us. And one day we're gonna get a meet in the arcade, right? We're gonna do it. We're gonna meet in the arcade. Just gotta arrange it one time. I think we were supposed to go one day, wasn't it? Did I go really, really late and you were there earlier, or vice versa? But it'll happen one day. Okay, we still got cannon fodder. We have got cannon fodder. The Mazamars is concentrating once again. Like when the video looks like it's slowing down a bit, this is the interwebs coming to us from Australia, guys. Like the furthest point of the internet. This is where I think the ping between us, the lowest ping that we would get if we were playing a game, I don't think it'll be anything below like 250, you know. Because with the USA, which isn't as far, if I'm playing Fightcade, I'll get pings of around 120, 130 at best. So if I wicked. Dish. Boot. Okay.
I'm over it.
All right, let's do Cabal. Let's go Cabal. So are you actually using? Are you using the latest like build and everything? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using the latest build.
Oh, wicked. Cabal, no, it's with a C, dude. It's with a C. You know, like the evil Cabal took over the Analogue Pocket and made me play Amiga games.
Yep.
This was. Gone.
I love how they got the cheats and all of that there if you ever need to use them.
It's wicked. It's wicked. It reminds me of all, you know, when you bought the pirate games and they were cracked, and like I absolutely I loved like the beginning stuff. I like some of the music for the beginning stuff. So what was really interesting as well, like one of the outros that I use on a video, right, for that Rickroll thing. Wow, this plays really well, man. Wow, this is a damn good Amiga port, man. So yeah, sorry, the outro that I use where there's that kind of chip tune Rickroll going, right? I got that when I was running a borrowed copy of the internet of some software, right, to test out for educational purposes. And you know, when you get the cracking groups kind of intro, it had that on there, and as soon as I heard it, I fell in love with it. I was like, no, I need this as my outro music. Not only do I like listening to it, but you kind of semi-troll people as well at the end of your video. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Right, okay, I want to
actually move in this.
So stop firing and then move your stick. You should move.
Oh, you move. Okay.
Yeah, I imagine that's how it'll work, right? I think that's how it worked in the arcade as well. But obviously in the arcade, I'm not sure if you had the dive button in the arcade. Was it 3 buttons? Your fire, your grenade, and you may have had the dive, but that might be Blood Brothers or a different game I'm thinking of. But this was good in the arcade. But what's really good is when you do the level, right? It was that goofy run he does at the end of the level. It just looks really, really good. Really goofy run, like very goofy. Okay, so guys, anyone tuning in, we have Mazamars. It wasn't advertised on there, and you know, after I discussed it with Mazamars, the reason I didn't put it on there was I was just in case something happens and Maz isn't there. So what I'll do is on the replay, I'll change it to kind of include a more accurate title, right? So they know that you know, the core developers here playing. Actually, he's actually doing well at this game.
I'm just wondering if this is like not a glitch or anything like that, but I'm just staying in the corner here. No one's shooting me, with the exception of the tank.
Okay. Oh, maybe it's just the part that's overlooked. The bullet can't come there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
shoot the tank. That's
not bad.
Right. I found a good glitch now.
The level's lasted quite a bit of time though, hasn't it? Okay. Yeah. I've got it. Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
That was brilliant when I saw that. Okay. So, super dimensional. Maybe it's placebo on my part, but I'm sure. But I feel like sometimes with arcade games they don't run as well, or they just seem off. They just seem off on. What's that? It's kind of covered. They just seem off on the Pocket versus the Mister. I don't know. You know, super dimensional, right? When it comes to like playing CPS2 or something, it feels as good to me on the Pocket as it does the Mister. Like they both feel like an accurate version of Street Fighter with no input lag. Now there may be some issues with some games, some cores, some porting. There might be some stuff out there, but overall, one of the main things that got me into FPGA gaming was just the responsiveness. When I press that button in the game, it feels instantaneous. Whereas on software emulation, on 2D games especially, what would happen is I could feel that delays. You know, shmups. Games like that, I could feel that delay, and I don't get that on the Pocket, and I don't get that on the Mister, and that's where I really like them, because my love is maybe some 8-bit, but definitely 16-bit, and unless you're playing it on original hardware, or you're playing like a very good port of it, something done by maybe M2 or someone, you know, the Analogue Pocket and the Mister really are your best bets. Or, you know, if you're using like an analog console like the Super NT, what's this, the Super SG as well. All right, you're getting really old school. This is around Phile's neck of the woods, man. He likes the really old games. But this is classic. I actually bought a bit of software. I think it was called like Game Maker or something as part of a Humble Bundle, and I actually coded this game. It kind of teaches you how to put the code in and everything, and it was like very interesting. It was actually relatively easy to make, and then you had to put in a separate code, so when you go from like the top of the screen, you appear at the bottom. But that's about as far as I went, and after that I gave up and just started playing games.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult though.
It is tough, yeah. It's one of those games that the more you play it, the more you kind of get used to it. So yeah, like with anything, I think this one's a little bit more difficult just because
it's the infamous Amiga thing, which I never really liked about it. All the games were really just one button, but you had to do combination.
Okay, so you're talking about the up to accelerate and
Yeah,
navigate around down the button. Yeah, something. See, that's again another thing that I like about, even when I started doing Amiga with software emulation, right? But on the Mister, I like what and the Analogue Pocket, what Amiga Vision have done is they've you've got a second button for jump now, and that makes so many games more accessible, especially like the platforming games, for example. You know, they just work really, really well.
These are going really fast.
Let's have a look at chat. Okay. Oh, Philip, that's a good point. The only difference is a scat. Right. So that's why. Like, so I always recommend to people, if you've got a Mister, I don't see much point in having the dock. Right. I mean, I think the dock's great for what it is, but like the Mister, because you can attach a whole bunch of different controllers to it, you've got all the different scanline options, and it's a bit more powerful. But if you don't have a Mister, you've got to get that dock. Yeah, yep, you don't have all the visual effects that the Mister does, but the Analogue Pocket has increased in that. It's got a whole bunch of extra ones in there, and I like the scan lines that are there. So if I'm playing and I'm not filming, I use them. But you know where the Analogue Pocket is now, where you can play it as a handheld, you can dock it, play it on your TV. I'll tell you one thing, Maz. Actually, I don't know if this is something that you can bring to Analogue's attention, right? And this is something that really, really bugs me, and it is actually very, very annoying. And hopefully, it's something that can get addressed. So. I discovered this when I was doing a Cadillac and Dinosaurs live stream with my kids, and I said, "Come on, let's complete this on the Analogue Pocket." I plugged in a second controller, but I couldn't map the buttons on a second controller. Now I don't know if that's a restriction by Analogue that prevents the developer from doing it, because I don't see why Hotego wouldn't put that into his core, but maybe it's something on Hotego's side. But as far as I know, all the cores, if you're playing a two-player game, right, you can't change the buttons on the two-player side. I really hope that's something that can actually be addressed and changed, because, for example, now if you want to play like some Neo Geo, you want to play some King of Fighters, you want to play something competitively, you want to plug in your stick, you need to be able to change those buttons, man. It's just something that needs to happen.
Yeah, I think that why they sort of limited it at the moment, and I'm only surmising here, is because you're only looking at it at the pocket. So Control Pad 2.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I'll take it up to him. I'll take him up to him. At least if it can be something like, even if it's in the main menu saying, "Hey, can you just change things on here?" But how you would do it on the other side. I'll see if I can take it up to the guys and see if I can think of something there.
No worries, because you can play two players, right? It's just with my kids it wasn't as bad, because when we played Cadillac and Dinosaurs, I'm used to attack being first and jump being the second button, but by the default controls it's the other way around: jump first and attack second. So I told them, look, that's your attack button, that's your jump button, use it. They adjust to it quickly. Your control is just disconnected, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it. Just did it again. That's why I'm having problems.
Okay.
I'll let you take over for a sec.
Yeah, no worries, man. Let me put something on. Let's turn the Canon fodder off and let's get. So, what is it? Someone said to me when I asked them, "Have you got enough a charge on your phone?" And they said ABC, man. I said, "What do you mean by ABC?" They said, "Always be charged, man." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Let me just have a quick look at one of Dante's ones, because there's a good. You know what? Dante's actually recommended. Oh, let's see if Pac-Mania's here, right? That would be interesting, because that's something that Hotego's released today for the Analogue Pocket as, you know, the arcade version. Oh, Pac-Mania's there. Okay, let's do some Pac-Mania, guys. Okay, we should be getting some sound as well on the game. Love this.
I see a question here about the Sharp X 68K.
Okay.
Doable on the Pocket. I don't know. I haven't looked deep into the code or anything like that. The last I heard about that core is, I might be completely off here, but the code is a bit of a horrible view to sort of look at moving over and things like that.
Okay, I bet you that's Phil.
So yeah, I don't know if it's able to be done.
Okay. Philip actually kind of helped me out with the X68000 core on a Mister, so at some point I'm going to be doing a stream. Check it out. You can jump, right? Yeah, look at that. I don't need the power pill straight away. Let's up around. Okay, interesting. Now, this isn't really a game I'm excited about or anything, but I have to say, Wow, this looks really good on the Amiga, man. Very, very good. Come back here. Let me eat you, you little ghosts.
Looks like the infamous
Ah!
Lego at the same time.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it looks really, really good. And that's the thing you had with the Amiga. You had some great games, but you had some ropey looking graphics, right? Like very, 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 very kind of funny looking stuff. But some stuff, when it was done well, it was done really, really well.
Yeah, well, the Amiga was always that sort of thing of you had a really bad game with a bad experience, which had shocking colors and stuff like that, or you get some really good ones like trying to think, like Willy Beamish is my favorite, but then there's Castle Master, which was a nice 3D one, and but then you got the shocking ones like old trying to think of the old worst ones. Captain Planet. Oh god.
I remember that cartoon, man. My brothers like loved that. I think I was
Looks like a Duke clone.
yeah, mash. No, what is it? There was a lot of bad games on there, man. I remember getting them, man. Who remembers X Copy? Hey, I wonder if that's in here. Oh, I just remember the game and it left me. Oh yeah, that's it. Right, I want to go. I just realized the game before I forget it. I want to go check it. And I think the Amiga lot put it in here, right? In this new one. Where is it? Where is it? Am I blind? Ah, no, it's not in here. Oh, that's a shame. I thought Rastan was in here, but it is not. Ah, that's a shame. Oh, we could do Rainbow Islands actually. Rainbow Islands, one of my favorite games. I liked it a lot on the Amiga. To be honest, that's where I know the game from.
I never knew you to be a Rainbow's Island fan.
Oh man, I love Rainbow Islands, man. I absolutely loved it. I like as well how you've so the controller I'm using has got an analog stick as well, so I can control the mouse with the left analog stick. That's just very, very good, man. How you done that?
Yeah, there was a bit of work on that, but like I said, once we get the MPU up and running, I hope to have all those sort of features and all of the cores that people can take over and run it without having to worry about doing what I'm doing, which is, what was it that I was doing? Everything had to be all small microcode instead of, we're going to try and use the PS RAM to have 16 megabytes worth of actual RAM for the for the system, which that will save a lot of the development time for people.
Awesome. So how if there was a time frame on that, when do you think that MPU stuff will be done? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
The problem is how long is a piece of string at the moment?
Ah, okay, good answer. I got the answer for that is it's twice the length when you fold it and the middle. But that still doesn't give an accurate timeline. So well done.
There's half when you fold it and cut it again, though.
Ah, okay, yeah. But if you fold that again, you're back in the same thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I played like the Saturn version of this, right? They've got like this bubble collection, and it's got like a different kind of soundtrack on there, which is, yeah, man, I kind of dig the soundtrack for that. It's similar enough, and yet it's different enough. And if you're used to hearing the soundtrack the Amiga has, I'll tell you what, this is an arcade core I'm looking forward to as well. So it's nice to hear like a different-ish soundtrack that's not too. Yeah, it's not too off. Oh, I just saw like a car thing there. Was that supercars you were looking at, or?
Yeah, but it just reminded me of something.
Are you going to think Badlands, or are you going to think, is it, what's that game called? Iron...
I'm thinking of Super... what's it called?
Badlands or something, no?
No. It was sort of like the RC car where you look from above.
Yeah, RC Pro AM.
Yes.
Yeah, go for that, man. Let me know when you've got that ready, and I'll let you take over. That's a good game. Do you know who's working on it at the moment? The arcade core, Pierco, is working on bringing that over to the Mister.
Nice.
But I don't think we've had any of the... Oh no, I think we may have had someone else bringing over some of Pierco's work over to the Pocket. Okay. Oh, you got it, wicked. All right. If you get that ready, I'm going to start.
I haven't found it just yet.
It's either going to be...
Thing, it would be nice if you could type in at the same time on a keyboard.
Okay, do you know what? I'll have a look for it as well. Is it? It might be under R.C. No, that's RC. It might be under S. You know. Let me find it.
What's up with this controller? I need to
Is
charge
it
it.
super? Oh no, you might have to play on chart. Oh, okay. You know what? In the meantime, then, Amiga Vision actually said have a look at the version of Super Street Fighter 2. So it's not Super Turbo. I think is garbage on here. Super Street Fighter 2 2. So, sorry, Super Street Fighter 2 2. No, that's wrong. Super Street Fighter 2. I'm actually wondering if Analogue sold out of their pockets already.
I would not know.
Yeah, no, they went on sale like a good 5-6 hours ago now. 6 hours ago now, I think 4 p.m. they went on sale. So has this just crashed on me? Okay, that's let's try and load it again and see what happens. Do you know what you can do? You can
My charging cable was shonked.
Oh no. You can let me press the button here quickly. No, this looks like it's frozen. Okay. What's I gonna say? Yeah, no, there's genres, isn't there? You might be able to go into genres and find it. Let's have a look. So if we go out by favorites,
Smash TV there as well.
I wonder how that will play. I kind of like that. I like the SNES version with the 4 buttons. I like. Do you know what I really like? Let's try the I'm Feeling Lucky. I'm gonna go for I'm Feeling Lucky. No idea what it's gonna give me. Okay, this one failed then. Oh no, it hasn't. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Operation Firestorm. Okay, that's the random game it's given me. Oh, it's not an arcade game. Or was it an arcade game? All right, that's the only random one we're gonna go here, guys. Wiki Shackled. Good. Oh, Shackled. Yeah, let's go Shackled then, because let's keep it true to arcade. I forgot if we go random, we might get a non-arcade game. Shackled. I never heard of Shackled in the arcade though. Oh, what's happened here? Something's up with mine. Look, it's just kind of crashed. Right, let me exit the core and go back into it. Right, okay, all Amiga, right, wicked. So Shackle. Oh no, you know what? Let's go back on your screen. You've got something good now. So
yeah, I got a true arcade.
Yeah,
system,
you've got something very, very good there. So let's go back to Maz's screen. But we got Shackled. You might need to remind me again, Ori, but we'll have a look at Shackled. And here we go.
There you go. I made the call now. Oh god, I gotta get this call going.
Yeah. I mean, this to be honest, this looks really good on the Amiga, man, and it works really well with the mouse as well.
Fast, though. Yeah, I'm playing it with the mouse, which is nicer.
Yeah, definitely. So I used to play this on the Atari ST around my uncle's. You know, being like a Star Wars kid, loved it. Absolutely loved this game, man. And well, we're not going to hear it now, but the speech in this was really good as well. Look at the size of that thing. You know,
was it on the was the sound on?
It was
as well for this actual.
Yeah, so
the voice synthesizer stuff.
it had the voice stuff in the Atari ST version as well, from what I remember. So, what was really cool though is in those days when this was current, speech was a big thing. If a game had speech in it, it was like wow, like you can actually hear some speech. It was something very, very big. Or if something looked a little bit realistic, it was like wow, look at those graphics.
Yeah.
This is good though.
That was so good on the, like I said, with the core that I got up and going. At least all the sound was working, the CPU was working. You could run all the testing through it. So yeah, just the last part is that vector side, which, as I said, with the MPU and everything like that, trying to get that all going at the same time.
Well, hopefully, you know, if you get a bit of time, I know you're busy with your work and everything, but or our day jobs kind of take priority, right? Because this stuff doesn't quite pay the bills, you know. This is hobby stuff that you're doing, so you know, it's not. Yeah, I want to see you blow up that Death Star, man. You know, when
Yeah,
it
I'm just trying to
zooms
figure
out
out what
goes
the
in there.
missile button is.
Ah, okay. Unless you got to use a keyboard button, there's only 2 buttons there, right, on the mouse, so it would have been on that. Did anyone actually ever watch that? Was it a Family Guy Star Wars Blue Harvest? Did you watch that?
Oh yeah.
You know, the bit I love about that was nice. I like it. You blew it up. Where he talks about, you know, the hole in the Death Star, and he goes, "Why can't you just patch it up with a bit of 2x4?" He goes, "Yeah, no problem. It's going to cost this much." And he's like, "No, leave it. Get me a quote. Get me a quote."
Nah, Herbert's the best part of the whole movie.
Which one was that? It's been a while, so you might have to remind me when I was. Oh. Yeah, I know the guy now. What cracked
that ass over here now.
Oh, nasty old guy, man.
Use the force, Chris.
Terrible.
Yep.
You know the thing that cracked me up in that was when Peter Griffin, you know, being Han Solo, finds the sofa and he's like, "You can squeeze it in there." He's trying to squeeze the damn thing in the Millennium Falcon. You know, just so dumb.
They steal the couch. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was you kind of you'll always remember that, right? If you've ever helped someone pick up something that's kind of like outside. So, you know, I've got no shame in it. You know, if there's something good outside and it's something that I can use or I will use, not any old junk, but if I can use it, like in my garden, really weird, right? I had these parasols from an event at work, and well, they were going to get disposed, and I was like, wow, these are expensive parasols. I wouldn't mind one in my garden. And as I was thinking about it, I came home that day, and there was a table someone had just dumped on the corner, right, for the rubbish guys to pick, and it was perfectly good, nothing wrong with it. A garden table with a hole for a parasol in there. So I quickly grabbed that, and then I brought the parasol down the next day, and then that's my little sofa Family Guy story. So unfortunately, the parasol got destroyed when a lot of wind and everything. It lasted a few years, and then I think it just got destroyed. The wind just smashed it in two. Right, how we doing, guys? If anyone that's tuning in late, we're doing Amiga arcade ports, and we have got the actual core developer that brought over the Amiga Core to the Analogue Pocket. He's playing Star Wars right now. There's no sound effects in because we're kind of I'm doing like local playing here. And he's playing locally from where he is, but it's coming over to me via the internet and it's going out to YouTube. But what we can give you is we can give you a little bit of canon for the soundtrack, which I think does not go with Star Wars at all. But you know what, we can't hear it right now, but I will check it in the replay later. I'll kind of flick through it. How long have we been streaming for now? Oh, wow, we're an hour in, you know, 1 hour and 3 minutes, not bad.
Like I said, if I can find out how to get OBS to pull in the sound from my capture card and then put it through to you, that'll be good. That would
be. I think today we will go status quo, and you know, for another time we'll try and work something out, even if it's to get a bit of software. See, the thing is, I don't actually mind buying software. The thing that I hate is everything's a subscription charge. So we're looking at StreamYard yesterday, and you know, if you want to buy that, the lowest tier is like $20. Like I've got no issues buying software. I just want to buy software that does something once. So I don't need all the extra features that come with it. But it just seems like every company out there, every product out there, just wants to get you on a subscription model. No one wants to sell you anything anymore, you know, outright. So essentially, I think every company's become like a drug dealer. You know, they just want you. They want to get you hooked, and they just want to keep giving you a little dose here and there, right?
Correct. Come on.
Okay, while you do that,
it feels like I am shooting them, but I'm not.
No, I saw it flash there. You shot it.
Yeah, but this guy.
Oh, that guy. Okay, he's disappeared now.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you actually played Ghosts and Goblins before the stream started. That actually looks really good on the Amiga. Watching you play, it looked very, very close to the arcade version. You know what, I think I might do a bad one. Oh no, actually, there's actually an alright-ish one.
Once you jump in, I'll see if I can find that RC. What was it? Super.
Yeah, go for it. Well, I'm ready any time. You know, any time.
Jump in when you want.
Yeah. All right. I'm about to jump in then. So, right, getting in. Let's turn off the cannon for the soundtrack, which just so does not go with it. Right. Okay. I'm on now, and guys, so this one is Alien Storm. Absolutely love this game. Played this on the Mega Drive. Liked it a lot, and I'm really looking forward to getting a Mr. Core of this, right? So this is on the Sega System 18, something that is on Hotego's roadmap. So I think the female's the best character in this, right? But I always like Scooter, the robot, right? And the only reason I say the female is maybe the best in this because I watched, as sad as I am sometimes, I like watching like world record speed runs of games that I like, right? So I was like, oh, I've got to watch this. And the world record was done with the female character in this. So right, looking at this straight away, this isn't really a great port, right? You've got two buttons. One button is your self-destruct or your special, your robot self-destructs, which is really cool, right? He comes back and he picks up his head. But you haven't got like a jump button, so you're kind of limited. A lot of the moves are limited now because what you can usually do is you can double tap in this run, and it gives you a whole set of moves. And you've got like a dash button. So this is a 3-button game in the arcade. So again, like, you know, being the kid I was, I would have played this on the Amiga, right? I would have been like, I didn't have this for the Amiga, but you know, having this, like playing this in the arcade or playing it on the Mega Drive, I would have said, yeah, you know what, this is Alien Storm. But to be honest, it's nothing that fancy, especially when, you know, you've got the Mega Drive version, which will be superior to this one. Trying to see if there's a way you can. Nah. Don't trust any bins in this game. They all turn into aliens. All the humans, most of the humans turn into aliens as well. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh wow, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at Maz's screen here as well. Yeah. What he's playing. I can tell you one thing for sure. He's not playing RC Pro AM.
Yeah, I was just testing out Street Fighter 2. But it glitches out on this.
This was really bad. I remember getting this for the Amiga, right? Because, you know, everyone loved Street Fighter. Everyone wanted Street Fighter, but it was terrible, man. I mean, if anything, that glitch might be making it look better. Let's go over to your screen and show them a little bit of Street Fighter for it, because that's let's go back. Okay, back over to Murray now, and we are looking at and guys, okay, you know, I was saying like how it's a little bit slow and jerky down, and that's down to the internet. For this game, yeah, the slow and jerkiness might actually be part of the game.
I think I did get the no, I didn't.
We're trying to
four button player.
Okay. I don't know. Did this version have it? I know that the super versions even got like 4 or a 6 button way of playing it. It's actually really good. Unfortunately, it crashed on this one.
Yeah, I turned it on the what's it called? On the cheat menu. So you could run it.
Oh, nice. Oh, Ori, a really fancy KFC. You know what? Yeah. I like. Well, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of KFC, but my kids really like it. So I have to eat it because of them, like many. But I think often what I do is when I have to go and get them KFC, the one that's closest to me, there's a really good Turkish kebab shop near there. So I just end up getting. I've been into beef donas when I go Turkish now. I kind of prefer it to the lamb stuff. But that's yeah. I've been getting that. Oh, okay. We've got. I just saw Darius Plus here. I thought that'd be interesting. Well, you've got to be careful. Sorry, yes, okay, Kim. I just read yours. Yeah, that copyright strike, was that in relation to the Star Wars? Yeah, more than likely, man. It was very accurate. To be honest, I haven't actually got a copyright strike or warning or anything for any of the Star Wars stuff. So the Star Wars theme music and everything was playing. for the N64 for like Rogue Squadron. I think there were some other ones as well, but there was no, there was absolutely no, there was no copyright strikes here. Fist of the North Star, guys. Anyone streaming, watch out for Fist of the North Star. But for now, we haven't got Street Fighter sounds, so we're gonna just give it a little bit of cannon fodder. Street Fighter 2 with cannon fodder. So all the Amiga games are gonna be having the cannon fodder soundtrack. Philip, there is a good version of Final Fight on there, and I've got it. I think I've got it on. I think I put it on my Mister. I don't think. So I don't think. Remember, what we're playing here is the kind of pack put together by Amiga Vision, and I think that came out just after they did this pack, so it won't be on here. Actually, Maz, what do you think? I want to suggest to Amiga Vision that are you guys able to put a category for arcade ports? That would be an interesting one to have, I think.
I'll ask the guys. I have no issue with seeing if we can do something like that. Because, I don't actually have anything to do with the actual...
The front end part.
The Amiga Vision, the front end and all of that. I just worked with them to get it over to the Pocket, and it was great working with them and getting it all going from there. Especially when we had to do the smaller phone call.
Yeah, that was, I mean, when that restriction was moved, man, that was brilliant. Really, really good. So, it became on par with the Mister.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, is that the one you're thinking of? Super Grand Prix. Was this a cold one? I don't remember this being. Is this the one you're thinking of? I was thinking of RC Pro AM. So no,
I think there was one as well, but this was.
Okay.
I don't know if it was this.
Yeah, so with the Amiga Vision guys, if I remember, I'll give them a shout and I'll ask for the arcade category. I did actually include them in a tweet when I mentioned. So I did put a tweet out earlier saying that you'll be on the stream if all goes well. Also just gave Dante Mendez a shout saying, look, thanks for all your tweets that kind of inspired this stream. Then I'll just put Amiga Vision saying, look, it'll be great to have you in chat, because when they released that updated version of the Mega AGS, I did a stream and they were in chat, and honestly they were invaluable. Like the information they provided, just the kind of knowledge they've got of games, sequels, spiritual successors, they made the chat really, really good. Anyone that had a question or a query or wasn't sure about anything, they got that stuff, they got the information to out them, and very, very good information. But unfortunately, they said due to time zones, they wouldn't be able to make it. The other stream I did would have been at around maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I don't know. I actually thought they were European for some reason. I thought they weren't too far from me. Charlie Cat is in the house. Meow meow to you too, buddy. How you doing, man? Guys, Charlie Cat, aka Anthony, the internet is full of very different personalities. Charlie Cat is just one of them wholesome guys that's just very, very polite and just very, very nice. So a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Charlie Cat, and that's really, really awesome.
Select.
Wicked. Which game was this? I think I might have.
Super Hang On.
Oh, Super Hang On. Okay, cool. Was this good on the Amiga? I can't imagine it being good.
It actually looked nice, but let's see.
Hmm.
Do I need to swap the sticks? I'll just change to that, see if that works. No.
Sorry, we've got a question from Vampire MSX. Why is Cannon for the music playing? Okay, so Vampire, we've got Mazamars on the other side. So when I'm playing local off my capture, we've got sound, but we're kind of using Google Meet to do this. So unfortunately, we've not been able to get the sound across. So we picked a random soundtrack just to kind of have on from time to time while Maz is playing. And the kind of other soundtrack is, well, it's really, really good. It's I think we can all jump to that, man. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, we're doing.
Oh my god, you have to use the mouse.
Ah, I think I remember. You know what? This wasn't bad, but I played this on the ST. It's just come flooding back. I remember my uncle. My uncle loved this game, man. He used to play this, and it kind of plays all right on the mouse, from what I remember.
Yeah, it's nice feeling.
That's what she said.
Doesn't. You said that we have to keep this PG.
Hey, I only said that's what she said. Yeah, I didn't exactly say exactly what it was. So that is PG, right? So, so guys, like before I do streams, I have guests. I always say we have to keep it PG. We can't use bad language. There can be some themes in there, but nothing too bad. And the main reason for that is, right, so on YouTube, the way my channel is at the moment, it's regarded as a family safe channel. It means that if you go on from a random web browser, let's say you're at work and you're not logged in, like I use YouTube on my work PC, I'm not logged in. You can watch the videos. If any of your videos get flagged up as an adult video, from what I understand is then any video on your channel may likely become branded as an adult one, which means in order for people to watch it, they will need to be logged in and age verified, and that significantly affects views. And on top of that, my kids watch the stuff sometimes, so I don't mind having a little joke that hopefully they won't understand. But you know, damn right out that dirty stuff I have to stay away from. And thank you, Maz, for putting the filter on. I know it's difficult, and I appreciate it.
I don't mind.
So, you know, if you ever need me to come somewhere and do the opposite, and you're like, you know what, I need you to come and swear, I'll kind of feel obliged now, because I'll be like, well, you've done that for me, now I'm just going to have to swear.
We'll do it on the next time.
Yeah, we'll have to do it on another channel, maybe Twitch or something, we'll save it for that. Maybe Twitch can be the no holds barred, right, anything goes. So, let's look at another game, right? I'm just going to go off, I'm going to go on one of Dante Mendes ones. Do you want to do Shadow Dancer, Midnight Resistance? What do you think? Or Akari Warriors, maybe? Or sorry, Commando. So pick one of these three, Maz. Shadow Dancer, Midnight Resistance, or Commando.
Let's do Commando.
Yeah, cool.
Is it Commando on the bottom left-hand corner? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And that's actually come out as a beta release for the Analogue Pocket from Hotego earlier on today.
Nice.
Actually, you know what? I played this on the C64. I remember it being decent on the C64.
It's interesting seeing all the patches that they're doing as well on this. Stunt Car Racer was an arcade game, right? We've got a request from Charlie Katz, so maybe Stunt Car Racer next, because you know he's just really nice. So if he asks for a game, I have to do it. Plus he actually bought a Pixel Cherry Ninja cup from the channel merchandise, and he drinks his coffee on there, man. So I owe it to him. Are the bullets always that short ranged?
I think they are, yeah. That kind of bugs me in some games. You need to go closer. It kind of makes it, instead of a projectile attack, it makes it feel more like a really long melee attack. Yeah. It's like you got the whip in Castlevania. I think maybe it was. I can't recall this enough. Like my game of this type was a game called Guerrilla War, which was in the arcade, which I think might have had something to do with the Akari Warriors games. It kind of felt like a jump up sequel of it, right? And that was banging. That was really good. And that's something I hope really comes out. But it had that, do you know the way Midnight Express has got where you can walk and shoot in different directions? It kind of had that thing going for it, right? Where you want that stick that you can move around on it and rotate with it, which worked really well. Well, I'd like to get one of those sticks one day, you know. But there's only one around that you kind of have to assemble yourself. But I think that'll be a good stick to have.
I think the next thing I'll be building is a proper arcade system.
Oh, that's decent. What are you gonna go like old CRT or?
I'm 50-50. I like to have the ability to pull it out and maybe change it to an LCD if I wanted to.
There's was it Unico or something like that? They've got this thing called Nova Blast, and that looks quite handy. However, like I've asked one of the guys, Chris Vera. I've asked him, look, what's the display lag on the screen, because I can't find any information on there. Now, if the display lag on the screen is, we're talking like, you know, less than 5 milliseconds or something, then yeah, then it's a screen worthwhile. You want to aim for that 1 millisecond screen, and then you can have your filters on there. But then you've got your advantage of, for example, putting your Analogue Pocket in there, putting a Mister in there, putting your PC in there, playing Fightcade on there. You can run modern consoles on there. Anything else that has a HDMI mod, you know, you can kind of run it on there on that screen. And the price seems very reasonable. I think it's like $1,000. The full set with a couple of stools, a 2-player cabinet. is like $1,400, and for what you get, it seems really, really good. The sticks are Sanwa as well, Sanwa sticks, Sanwa buttons. You get the screen. I think it's like a, can't remember how big the screen is, whether it's 22 inches or something. I mean, it looks really, really good, but unfortunately, there's just no numbers for how much display lag there is, and there's no point buying that and then finding out that you've got like two frames of lag on there, man, and you're stuck with this big thing. Nice one, Charlie Cat.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
I'm trying to get through this. Come on.
Yeah, you can do it, man. You can do it. Shame we can't hear the canon for the music. The way you kind of put the sound in OBS, you can't actually hear it. It's on the stream or the recording. That's what happens sometimes. It's really, really annoying. Like so for example, if I'm doing like a video, especially the weekly news videos, right? So what happens is I'll get to a part in that video and I'll use like a video from EMU Movies just to demonstrate an upcoming game. And if I don't mute the sound for it in OBS, I can't hear it, and then I'll do the video. When I go to review it later, the sounds just for the game is so loud I have to redo that part. So obviously I've learned to be very, very careful with that. Go on, do another one on Commando. But you got to do Stunt Car Racer for Charlie Cat next.
Stunt car.
Stunt Car Racer for Charlie Cat. I don't want to forget, because I'll forget as the chat kind of progresses. Hey Matt H, how you doing there, bud?
I'm definitely going to need to get another coffee after this.
Yeah, go make one if you want. I'll take over a bit. No issues, man. No issue. I've got my soft drink. I've drank like 2/3 of it. I'm kind of all right. Yeah, so Matt H, it doesn't say it in the title or anything, but we've got Mazamars playing the core with us today, who actually brought this core over to the Analogue Pocket, as well as the Neo Geo core. Maz, the Neo Geo core is fantastic, man. That is that's so damn good.
It's super solid. Like I would love to get back onto the other part of it, which was the overdrive version.
Okay.
Which of course was a play on the old 486 overdrive CPUs that they do all the time.
Okay.
And getting the CPU, hope to get up to 24 megahertz. So there's no slowdown or anything like that on any of the games.
Wow. Okay. Well, no, one day. I mean, for now, I'm happy playing the OG core. I don't mind the slowdown too much, to be honest. It was there originally, and it kind of feels right. But yeah, it's good to have the option anyway of not having it in there. For shmups, I love the slowdown, man. Once the slowdown's gone from shmups, you die on that. We're gonna do stunt car. Let's do Stunt Car Racer. Let's get that. Or you want to go another go on this? All right, Wicked, you're out.
You get it running on yours. I'll run and grab coffee.
All right, cool. Let's do that. Okay, guys, I need to turn Canon further off. So let's turn Canon further off and start. Oops. Let's go back to the OS. Or do I need to go back into game to do it? Here we go. Okay. Right, so yeah, so the buttons are the wrong way around, or the right way around for the games, but for the menu they're the other way around. B is in and A is out. So Stunt Car Racer. There's always a whole bunch of games in. Here we go. Stunt Car Racer. Let's do this. Okay, what we got? Still remembering your school friend story, Fiddler on the Roof. Oh yeah, that was a good story, man. Wicked, wicked. Oh, Wicked, Matt, you got the doc. Sorry, you know what it is with the bottom comment, the way it is, I've got the heart that you can see on screen. It kind of covers it, so I can't read it until someone else does anything. Please, can you try Shadow Dancer? No problem. We'll do that next, man, after this one here. So let's do a little bit of Stunt Car Racer. Oh, do you know what, guys? I wear glasses, right? When I put these headphones on, my ears end up hurting after a stream. I only ever use them when I've got someone else on the stream with me, which isn't that often, to be honest, but it is a lot more fun. So let's hopefully. Okay, Division 4, which I guess is the lowest one. Okay, so here goes. Is there any Is there any sound coming out? So I haven't got any sound. Maybe this game didn't have any sound here. Hopefully when it starts, yeah, we've got sound. Good stuff. Yeah, I kind of recall this. Now, I remember stunt car racing getting slated on reviews, but I don't remember if that was... I don't remember if that was the Amiga version or if that was like console versions, but this doesn't feel too bad. Matt H, sorry, I see you typing something, I'll check that after. But yeah, in regard to the dock's fantastic, man. Especially if you don't have a Mister, the dock's just a must. Like it just gives you access to so many great games that you can play on a TV. But yeah, oh wow, okay, this isn't too bad. You know what, Charlie Cat? This is actually all right. Meow meow, back to you. Oh, did I make it? Wow, okay. Not actually bad, man. Wow, Maz, that was a quick coffee.
Oh, I made it myself.
Wow, that was very... You must have some super kettle, man.
No. We just got a little... We brought a brand new coffee machine.
Ah, got ya.
2-3 weeks ago. The old one decided to die, so...
Ah, right. You know, I'll tell you something really funny, right? So I was at work, and one of like the other offices there, they got like a new coffee machine, and it didn't take the old capsules. So they were speaking to like one of their colleagues that I knew, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got these capsules. Does anyone want them?" And I kind of overheard it, and I was like, "Yeah, what's going on here?" They said, "Yeah, we got a new coffee machine. Have you guys?" I said, "Yeah, that's our coffee machine. We don't have that coffee machine at our office." So what it is the Nespresso ones. If you buy coffee for like an office, the business ones, they're different capsules than the home ones. I didn't know that, so I was like, yeah, I'll take them. Dude, I'm talking like, I don't know how many I had, like maybe 5,000 cups of coffee, right? So I took them, I gave them away to a few friends. They couldn't use them. That's when I found out you couldn't use them in a home one. I've got at least 2,000 cups of coffee. I had to put them in my shed that had so many boxes, right? But what I'm doing is I don't have a coffee maker, so I use the French press. So I cut open the capsules.
You smash them open. Smash them open and then go that way.
Go with the French press, but man, they're just wicked. And I'm so hooked on that coffee now. Like I was all right drinking instant. Now I can't drink instant anymore. But my wife is away for a few weeks, and you know what, that thing is like, she's a master. When she gets rid of that coffee and does it, I end up making a mess everywhere. So I'm drinking instant again until she comes back on the 19th. So it's only like me and my daughter. My daughter's downstairs playing. She actually finished the first Tomb Raider reboot game. I told her to play it because I said, look, your brothers aren't here eavesdropping on your PC, so you can play, like games that are a little bit violent. But like all kids, they go back to Minecraft, right?
Hey, well, unfortunately, I don't have kids at the moment. It's
hopefully soon. They're good, man. They're good. It's fun practicing as well. But
what was the Tomb Raider? What's it like at the moment?
Okay, so I'm not talking about the reboot that came out. So sorry, not the reboot, the classic collection that they brought out.
Yeah, the classic. How's it look? Is it still like you should go and get a Voodoo and build up the old?
I'm just not into that Tomb Raider. The only Tomb Raider game that I liked was that reboot, which was it 2015 or something for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. That's the one that I like. That one, if you haven't played it, Maz, play it. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's epic. I played and finished the second one. It wasn't all that great. And then I played the third one. Right, I'm going to do one more game for Philae Shadow Dancer, and then you find something and then you take over. So let's go back out. We're going to do Shadow Dancer for Philae. It's going to go to S over there. Right, let's go here. Okay, so Shadow. It's definitely worth playing the reboot. I tried playing the third one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but you know what? It was just it was too many puzzles in it for my liking, man. I just kind of gave up on it. But I finished the first two. First one is epic. Okay, I see what you got there. That's decent. Right, this one's for Philae. Okay, I kind of like the soundtrack. The soundtrack's decent for this. Come on, let me start, man. Okay. So the second button is your magic, so up his jump. Okay. Let me see. Can I do a close attack? I can. Nice. Not bad. How do I do? Oh, okay. So you got to do down, up, jump to kind of change plane. Don't stab me, come on. You're supposed to bump into me, dude. You got that wrong. Okay, we'll have to wait for him to kind of go off a bit. Go back, walk back there, bud. Oh, come on. Right, give it one more go. Right, he needs to be really, really far away. Wow.
I'm sort of wondering if I've got cheats on with this game at the moment.
Oof. Well, okay. To be honest, some games... Wow, that looks really good. I never played that on the Amiga, sorry. Maz is playing Smash on his screen, so we'll go over to that soon. I wouldn't mind seeing the boss in this game, though. Just to see if the boss is round about the same. Huh? I don't even know what shot me there. You know what? I've had enough. Let's go to Maz's screen. Okay. Wicked. Here we are, Maz's screen, and he's playing Smash TV. So, by the way,
It actually plays nicely.
it does play. It looks really nice as well. Considering I'm watching it from your stream and everything, it's looking very, very nice. So, in regard to, I don't know if you know, we've got a Smash TV core for the Mister now, but it only works on a dual RAM setup and it doesn't have sound. So, it's like an alpha release. And it's not going to go any further, right? Let's have a look at it. Can you talk about the development work for Pocket? Okay, so I think he's been speaking about some of that as he's been kind of doing it with certain things. So Matt is saying, can you talk about development work for the Pocket? What are some of the limits and maybe some possible cores that could come that aren't on it now? I mean, I wouldn't go too in depth in that, but if there's anything you want to add to that, Maz, while you're doing this game show, feel free.
Look, I think a lot of the older cores can definitely be moved over quite easily. I do say that, including things like the C64, and run it in a more. I know the new one coming out is more emulation from what everyone's been telling me about.
Yeah,
which
the C64 core,
there's no issue with that.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, I think he said, or a wrap a wrap up of an emulator called My64.
Yeah. Which, hey, that's an excellent way of doing it. Like one of the things I considered doing was actually building up a core for Doom. And you just run because Doom has come out on the RISC processor.
Okay.
The RISC-V. So you could just literally run in like a smallened version of it, which would be cool to do. I think the biggest thing that I've ever had as an issue is just having enough VRAM, which is actually RAM inside the FPGA.
Okay.
It's not the external stuff, but the stuff inside, which that's been the biggest issue for me with getting things like CD-ROMs working and getting the timing all right with a lot of that stuff. I really do have cheats on this. And just not having enough space in that side. But what you make up for, well, what you lose, you make up on other things like all the other RAM that the Pocket has. So that's how I was able to do the Neo Geo quite well, is having, wow, that's awesome. Having all that extra external RAM so I could run everything on there.
Okay, cool. So I just want to respond to Kev. I don't think Turrican was an arcade game, my bro. So we'll save that for another time. Unless it is an arcade game, I don't ever remember. I only ever remember Turrican being. So
I don't think it was. It was more. Yeah, because it's a Factor 5 game, and they were not too much into the arcade side, with only a couple of their early stuff, if I remember correctly.
And what we got Matt H asking for Speedball 2 again, not an arcade game. So guys, go for games in the arcade. We've done like what we've done, an hour and a half of it now, an hour and 35 minutes. So we'll kind of stick to that. We thought we might go out of it and break it, but to be honest, there's a lot of arcade games that we can go through. So try and name games that have been in the arcade, right? And we'll go for any of those. So Matt H or SNK Kev, yeah, do that. Oh, I'll just see Raging Cajun. So Raging Cajun, the other person speaking with me is Mazamars. So Mazamars is a core developer, and the core that we're playing now, the Amiga Core, Mazamars is responsible for bringing that over to the Analogue Pocket, as well as the Neo Geo Core and the PC Engine CD Core. Is also working on bringing other cores over to the Analogue Pocket. So, you know, some refer to him as Mr. Analogue Pocket. Well, someone in this chat did.
Actually, as a bit of an odd arcade, just thinking off the top of my head, is what's the dragon game, which was actually a full motion one?
Oh, okay. I was going to say Saint Dragon, but it's not that. It's
it's not Dragon Quest. It's Dragon's Lair.
Oh, Dragon's Lair. Oh wow, yeah, you go there. I'm not playing that, man. That game drives me nuts. You know, but again, I'm gonna go to my uncle now, because he was like how much older? He's about 10 years older than me, right? But I always got his hand-me-downs, and he was, you know, the only one out of the elders that was into gaming. So not Dragon's Lair. He played Dragon's Lair, but Space Ace, he learnt that, like, so he could, you know, play it without dying or anything, and record it on a videotape, and he used to play it for all the kids to watch a cartoon of it. I mean, it was a good cartoon, to be honest, when you're watching Space Ace.
I'm trying to think. What was the other Sega game? Not Super Hang On. What was the other Sega sort of?
Was it Power Drift? So you've got Afterburner. Afterburner's not bad on these one. You've got Space Harrier, Afterburner. If you're talking about like the scalar games, yeah, Space Harrier, Afterburner, Outrun, Power Drift, those are the ones that kind of come to mind. This is actually very good on the Amiga. Wow, man! Like, I never realised how good this actually. Yeah, I feel like this is a game I would have liked.
And if I had the cheats turned off, I must have.
Nah, you know what? There's no cheats here, man. You got skills, man, with a Z at the end.
I'm shocking.
Oh, cool. Wicked. Oh, Rygar. You know what? We can do Rygar. Matt H has asked for Rygar. We can definitely do Rygar, because Rygar was in the arcade as well, so that qualifies. Oh, actually no, was Space Ace in the arcade? It was, wasn't it? I know Dragon was Ori the Retro Gamer here. I just see you retracting that message. We've done Outrun, and Outrun's Pony, man. That's earlier in the stream as well. So yeah, Rygar's good. That's one of the games I played on the C64 core, man. I used to love that on the C64. Ooh, RoboCop. Ori, you know what? That's a good shout. RoboCop's wicked. I don't remember. I don't know how good it was on the Amiga though, but yeah, it was wicked in the arcade.
All right, finally.
His head's flown off. Did you shoot the head or? Nope. That's it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't shoot, so.
Yeah, it's showing you the explosion there. It's like, look at the effects we're gonna do. Wicked. Oh, you want a toaster? Nice. That's the ultimate game show.
Super VCR. There we go.
Very nice.
That's what I always wanted.
Better than a VCR. I think the Super VCR, the head doesn't get dirty. The head is auto clean. By the way, I just made that up on the spot, but it sounded correct. Total bonus. Do you want to go on to the next one? Do you want to do Rygar, or you want to play this a bit more?
Oh, you go for Rygar.
Yeah.
What was this? I saw a question here.
Okay, you go into chat for a bit.
Favorite console system or retro computer way back in the day?
Okay.
Combination of the C64 and of course the N64.
Nice. Okay, so right, we're doing a bit of Rygar now. I'm doing it just to let you know. Maz is still playing Smash TV in the background, so clearly he likes that game.
There's a button masher.
Ah, yeah. Do you know, sometimes you use Autofire. I forget how to turn it on sometimes, but it really does help in some games. I'm doing like a stream and I end up doing like so many shmups in a row. My finger starts hurting. I'm like spamming that button like there's no tomorrow. Okay. Ooh, okay. Wow, this is a generational leap above the C64 version, man. Even the way it starts. Yeah, sound is so... Wow, it's so much better than the C64 version I played earlier.
Even look, no, not as good as the arcade one, which was who was it that did? There's another Aussie guy here who built these cores up.
Or was it Null Object maybe? Was that him or?
I think it could have been.
Yeah, I can't. Do you know what? I've not really. They're on the Pocket as well, by the way. Rygar, the arcade version, is on the Pocket.
Indeed.
I haven't, to be honest. It's not something I've played that much. Ah, pressed the wrong button. Oh, okay. I like what you've got on your screen. What's that? Is that Snow Brothers 1 or 2?
Number 1.
Ah, okay, cool. You know, I've never ever watched like the intro or anything for it, so that's why I'm seeing that it's like a new thing to me.
Yeah, I'm just watching that right now.
Yeah, I've never ever seen it, but I don't know if that's actually in the arcade version. I know the arcade version quite well. I used to play it quite a bit. You know, one thing I like about this game as well is you can jump on the enemies and kind of incapacitate them a little bit. All right, let's go over to your Snow Brothers, man. That's looking good. So let me go back out from here and here you go. You're on, Maz. You're on, and you're on with Snow Brothers.
Right, start it up. Oh. It's a little bit slow and dull.
It kind of looks alright from what I'm seeing it here, man.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it just feels slow. Yeah, I mean it doesn't look too bad from what I'm seeing here. It looks alright. This actually looks like a good arcade port on the machine,
good,
man.
Yeah. And you drop down again?
No, you need to walk around. Snow Brothers 2, you can do the Shinobi jump, you can do the down plus jump. It works on Snow Brothers 2, which I never figured out up until like, you know, playing it for quite a little bit of time. I was like, oh wow, you can do that. I don't know if that's a good option in the game or not. It's definitely, you can navigate around better, but I don't know if that's, you know, it's the only game of a single screen kind of platformer where you can do the down and jump. I don't think I've played any others that give you that option. Well, okay, Black Tiger, RoboCop. Ori, you're coming out with some good games, man. You know what I'll do is I'll put RoboCop up on my screen so I don't forget.
Yeah, but was RoboCop the Amiga sort of version or the arcade?
No, it's the arcade one. I'm just looking at the screenshot from the front end. Let me bring it up on screen just for a flash while you play. There you go. So that's RoboCop. So that definitely. Yeah, it looks like the arcade version, man. The Ed 209 fight at the very end. Yeah, Black Tiger. Black Tiger was good, man. I played that. I played that a bit in the arcade. It was a toughie, but it was good. See, I think Amiga had some really good single screen platformers. I tell you what, if you like this, Maz, before I do RoboCop, try Rodland.
Yeah. Rodland.
Yeah. Lovely game. Really, I mean, I have a lot of people actually saying to me that they prefer it to the arcade version, which is quite a bold statement, you know, if you're preferring an Amiga port to the actual original arcade version. But they I can't remember, they mentioned a few points as to why they like it, and it sounded like they were fair points, to be honest.
We'll get these lives out.
Yeah, no worries, man. Wicked. So have you got work later or anything? Because it's early in the morning for you, isn't it? I'm at like quarter past 11 now.
Today's off.
Oh, nice.
Just after this, I'll have to help the other half clean the house and everything.
Yeah, man. Got to do that, man. Has to be done. So what time? So we've been doing it for an hour and 44 minutes. Which we do it for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Which we draw the line.
Doesn't worry me.
Yeah. All right. Let's go for 2.5 hours then. So when it comes to like midnight here in about 45 minutes, we'll call it a wrap.
Back it off. Yeah.
Yeah. That's decent. I think tomorrow's news video, I might not be superimposing a lot of stuff on it. I might just be reading stuff out there, looking at tweets. Oh, Black Tiger was close to arcade version of this. SNK Kev, we actually did Double Dragon at the very beginning. You know, we've done that one. I don't mind doing it again, to be honest. So maybe we can get on that after. So we've got like RoboCop. We're gonna do Rodland next because I really want Mazamars to see that game. It's really good. Oh, should we get let's get a bit of cannon for the gang, just in case Vampier's around. He really likes it. Yeah, do you know what? If on the Switch there's a new version of Snow Brothers out, goes on sale for like £2. Really good, really good. In fact, I'd go as far as saying it's probably the best retro remake I've played in like the last couple of years. It's got a mode in it, Maz, where you can as you kind of unlock stuff, or as you play the game, you get to control each enemy. Yeah, you can control each enemy, and yeah, it's just really nice. It's widescreen, not everything's squashed, graphics completely redone, really good.
Oh, last life.
That's okay, Kev. No worries, man. We'll try and get squeeze Double Dragon in for you, man. At some point, we had it right at the beginning because the thumbnail had Double Dragon on there. We kind of put Double Dragon on it at the very beginning as a kind of first game. So should we do Rodland and Double Dragon? No, so let's do Rodland, and then I'll do RoboCop, and then we can start looking at some of the other stuff as well. Yeah, I'm getting blind as well. Why can't... Oh, did you find it? Yeah, cool. Wicked.
Yeah, just found it then.
Yeah, sometimes I got blind. When I see all the things in there, I'm missing stuff on lists, and I'm like, what is going on? Why am I not seeing it?
Well, I'm shocking at spelling, so I'm going through each letter going, R.
Yeah,
okay,
oh man,
it's the R, then O.
I'll tell you one thing.
Where's that after R?
when you're on stream, it just gets even worse. You make more mistakes than you normally do. You're like, oh man, I don't want to look like an idiot and get all these wrong. You do right. Okay, so what you do is you've got your button. You kind of you capture them with it, and you press that button to slap them left and right. If you collect all like the flowers and the power-ups in there, it kind of opens an alternative kind of stage, or like, you know, the upside down world or whatever, and you kind of get like those bonuses. Just keep smashing the button, keep mashing it, and you whack it.
Oh, you gotta mash it, okay.
Yeah. So you kind of like whack them left, right, and you get all those different power-ups and things as well. Oh, you've got a button that creates a ladder as well, by the way, if I remember correctly. So maybe put up and fire or something. Maybe try it. I don't know what it is in Rodland.
Trying it then. Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, cool. Is it up and fire? Because that makes sense.
Yeah, up and fire. Yeah.
See, I like it when the controls are done in a way where you think, okay, it's going to be up and down or fire depending on where you want to do it, and it just works. I really do like this game. You know, this is a Jaleco Mega System 1 game. The arcade
I've seen it a few times, so I just haven't played it as much.
Yeah, it plays really well, and it's like Pang on the Amiga. It plays well. It just works on the system. Oh, I thought you were going to get that one on the ladder, you know. I was like, yeah, skills.
Yeah. Oh, no. Come on.
I don't know.
Do you have a limit on how many ladders you can drop down? Or?
It might just be one, you know, because don't forget, those ladders are pre-built in there. And I think you can only do one, whichever one you've got out. I could be wrong. You can try and do more than one.
Oh, they shoot. Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, that was a bit of a dirty shot. Cool. All right. If you want to mess about with this, I'm going to swap over. I'm going to do RoboCop, and then we'll go through some of the other kind of requests that we've got. So, got to remember to turn cannon fodder off, otherwise the sound will clash. But here we go. Now I can't remember if RoboCop was good on
the Amiga.
On the Amiga, yeah. Oh, I love the beginning part. Ocean was so epic, guys. Like Ocean was smashing it back in the day. Pretty much the vast majority of good games was where. Oh, look at that bit.
I'm still shocked that they did a horrible port of Outrun on the Amiga, but everything else they did an excellent job.
Were they actually developers or were they publishers only? I always thought they were Were they developers? Yeah.
I'm sure they
okay.
were. I know the PC version was alright.
Do you know what? I really like Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Oh wow, that starts off good.
Oh, yeah.
The screen was good. All right, this is all right. Okay, I wanted to just test the jump button. Let's see. Are we going to get the motorbike after? I think it's after. Okay, after these guys. Motorbike. Wow, this is the arcade version, man. It's not bad.
Huh.
It's not bad. It is exactly the arcade version. The way the guys are coming out, the order that they're coming out in, exactly the point where your gun comes out. So I think people can 1cc this game, but for me this is difficult. You're so slow and clunky, right? It's hard to dodge stuff. Yeah, this is there should be a guy chucking grenades there, no? I mean, I'm not complaining.
I can't remember that game too well.
Yeah, I know. I played this game a lot. I know. Okay, so he's on the second one. I thought he was on the first one. Okay, I've got decent power. So when you fight Ed 209, you want the other weapon because the freeway you haven't got too much fire. You can't have lots and lots of fire at the same time, or lots and lots of bullets out. It's a bit, the rate of fire is slow. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, this is good, man. This was at the chip shop at the end of my road, so I was kind of allowed to go there sometimes. So whenever we had chips for dinner, I would go there. It was only like 10p ago back then. It's even before it hit 20p. Oh no, I need to get rid of the fire.
Here we go.
I should have got rid of the fire.
So, hang on.
Well,
We need a vote here. Afterburner, the Activision version,
or the Sega version. Yeah, we can do both afters. Let me do Double Dragon for my buddy SNK Kev, and then you can take over, and you can do both versions of that if you want. Yeah, earlier on when I was testing it out, I went for the Sega version, but I don't know what the better version is. So maybe we can find out. Again, seriously, how good is this front end, man? Absolutely love it. And you know what? It's so fast and responsive as well, which really, like I see my kid playing like the Xbox One, and it is just so laggy. The interface for that, dude, it is terrible. Like it's so gloop, gloop, you're trying to do stuff and it is laggy, and then you're on the Analogue Pocket running the Amiga Mega AGS, and you're moving around the menu. To be honest, even Analog, when you're going for open FPGA calls, it goes for everything so quick. So SNK Kev, this one's for you. I kind of missed the beginning part, right? The one where they kidnap your girl, right? You haven't got that here. This was big in the arcade, man. I got beats for this game one day, man, because my mum used to give me money to go shopping, and I had to buy potatoes, and this was 20p a go. And if you're used to UK coins, the 10p and the 50p are the same size, but the 50p has 5. It's like, what is it, a pentagonal, whatever you call it, and the 10p was a circle.
Shape or something.
It was exactly the same size, but one was rounded and one had 5 edges. That was it. It was easy to mistake them. So I kind of worked it out where I had 20p spare and I could still get the potatoes. So I put a 10p coin in and I put the 50p coin in, and then I was left with like 20p or whatever for potatoes. So. And I got free credits because 50p would get you free credits. But because I put 60p in and I thought I can't get potatoes anyway, I then put another 10p in and got that 4th credit. And then I had to tell my mum that I spent the money in the arcade. It was a typical Jack and the Beanstalk story, I sent you out for that and you come home with magic beans. Well, I didn't. I come home with I think I got beats, man, that day. My mum gave me some, and to be honest, I really did deserve it, man. Like I deserved that. There was a guy as well where I used to get my haircut from. So my mum used to give me £4 a haircut back then. She used to give me the money for the haircut, and an arcade was next door. So I used to go in and play Street Fighter or Turtles or something for 20p. And I used to get my haircut off him. And I always used to underpay the guy by like 20p or something. And I could see the guy was pissed off at me. But you know what? I respect the guy, right? He never once snitched me to my mum. Like I would be shitting myself. When my mum was there, I'd think he'd tell my mum that, look, he never pays me properly. You know what? Never once. So what happened when I got older, I moved out of that area. I went there for a haircut because I had a friend there, and his son was there. And I asked him about the dad. And then when the dad, he said, look, my dad only gives haircut. He comes here on a Friday. He's retired, but he works 1 day a week. So I went there for a Friday for my next 3 haircuts. And every time I paid him like triple for the haircut, and I just thanked the guy. I said to him, look, when I was a kid, you were good to me. I always underpaid you. You never snitched me to my mum. And I was like, look, I just kind of want to pay you back now. And yeah, man, it was just nice. Real nice guy, man. If anyone's local to the area, the barber's was called Peter's, and it was located on Hornsey Road. But after that story, actually, Double Dragon's not bad on here. You know that. It's bad. Some TMS said it's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's all right. I just think Double Dragon was never that great a game. It's just, it was good for when it came out. Right, Maz, you can take over.
I'm just trying to find something.
Oh, I thought you did find something. Oh no, Afterburner, wasn't it? So you can...
I'll do the Sega one first.
Yeah, go for it, man. I always do whatever's top in the menu first, so I don't forget. Yo, Zero the Prototype is in the house. Thank you for stopping by to say hi, man. Oh, Sin and Punishment. Yeah, that is excellent, man. I kind of had to add that in the N64 video. I just wanted to do like a few different-ish games because I feel like not a lot of people know about that game, or when they try and find it, they can't actually find that game. So that's fairly awesome to kind of see, man. So that's... Oh, sorry. Did I... are you? Oh, yeah. Are you in? No, I'm in. Sorry,
no,
I haven't. Here we go. You're back in. You're back in. Sorry about that. Right.
Whoa, jeez.
Is it a very choppy frame rate? Because I'm seeing it very choppy.
It's not choppy. It's just really sensitive.
Yeah.
Like you just touch it and boom.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought if you called it a name or something, the plane would start crying. Right. Got ya. That joke alert. Hey,
well, and you push the other button and something else happens.
Yeah, it's probably your missiles, man. So Philip, Double Dragon 2 looks nicer. Cool, yeah, it likely does. I never played Double Dragon 2 back on the Amiga or the ST though. So Double Dragon 1, we really played it on the Atari ST a lot. There was a guy, I don't know if you guys were like this when we were young, but when I was young, there was a guy, his name was Robinson, and like he went to my school. I was never really buddies with him. I mean, I liked the guy, I didn't dislike the guy or anything, but then like one of my best friends went around his house and then I went with him, and then after that every day I'd go to his house and we'd all play Double Dragon like for the entirety of the summer holidays pretty much. Like most days, get up, go to his house in the morning, spend like 4 or 5 hours there and then come back home. And that was pretty cool considering like that's pretty much the only interactions I had with a guy.
Jeez, this is...
Yeah,
buzzing.
let's try. Do you want to try the other one?
Yeah, I'm going to try the other one.
I'm in a mystery of whether it's going to be better or worse now, you know that.
We'll find
Activision
out.
were good though. Activision were good. Activision were good back then. They made a lot of good games. Okay, that screen's kind of... I'm digging that screen. That looks all right. Press A key to play. Okay,
Just
so
remember this game was produced under license.
Okay. Yes. You can pick...
Sailing? Hang on. Please say it's mouse. Oh, mouse.
Is it mouse? Okay. It doesn't look as good. Does it play better though?
Well, you can be a bit more defined instead of...
It's funny though how you've got two versions of the same game though, right? You don't usually get that. You don't get this, you know, there might be something different in the title, there might be a super version, a sequel, but two games called Afterburner. Right, while you do that, I'm going to be looking for a good arcade port, unless I see one in chat, obviously. Ooh, you know what, SNKK, you reminded me of something. Ocean was good, but they also did a horrible port of Bad Boots for the NES as well. I don't really recall Ocean being that good on consoles. They were definitely Commodore 64, Amiga, on computers, they were good. Right, I think this game is terrible, but I think it's worth looking at.
Yeah,
so.
it just feels weird and everything. God.
Oh, so Philip wants Arkanoid and Double Dragon 2. So if at any point you want to check one of those out, Maz, you can do Double Dragon 2 or Arkanoid.
I'll get the Arkanoid up, but you get Double Dragon 2.
Yeah, cool. All right. Cool.
still shocked how many games are on here now.
Yeah, there's loads. What is it? It's like 14 gig or something, right? It's a big size. It's
9 giga, if I
is it
remember
9? Oh
correctly.
yeah. Okay, cool. You could be yeah. Likely you are right. Sorry.
I was playing Arkanoid before we started.
Arkanoid's good, man. See, I'm so tempted to get one of those rotation controllers, but you can
The
only play a
spinner.
few. Yeah, the spinner, but it's only going to be for a few games, right? So again, the only reason I'd be interested in it really to show my uncle. Probably at some point I'm going to buy him. So someone's actually brought over the Atari ST to the Tang Nano, I think, or like the 25K version of the Tang. So that sounds interesting. And if Atari ST is easy to put on there, I might buy like this $20-25 FPGA, buy the attachments for it. I think the whole setup might cost me like $50-60. Get ST on there and just gift it to my uncle, you know, because he gave me a lot of games when I was a kid. So I'll be like, here you go, you can have something back. Well, actually, while we're on the subject of that just reminded me. I don't know if you know, Maz, but the FPGA company Saipei, the ones that make the Tang, they've made a few different ones. They've got I know they've got a 20 and 25K board, a 60K logic elements, 60K board and 138K board, but they're looking to get into the handheld market with open source kind of handhelds out in the market. Yes, I've been speaking to them. I've advised them on a few things over on Twitter, just saying that look, you need good control. You need to have good controls. You can't you can't make this with like a cheap controller. There's certain things you can't cut corners on.
So who are the guys that were doing that little handheld?
Was
it those guys?
Yeah, it was Saipei. Yeah, it was Saipei. So so what they wanted to do is they initially wanted to do a 2-inch one, and I said, look, the people you're targeting that are going to want to buy this, right? So at the moment, there's only 2 cores for it, really: SNES and NES. ST, I don't know how far that's developed or what's happening, but so you've got SNES and NES. From what I understand, you can't have both cores on there simultaneously, as a system and running a script. So you need to choose which one you want. At the moment, hopefully it's something that develops into its own ecosystem. But I said, look, you're targeting people that are in their 40s and 50s effectively, late 30s at the very youngest, and they haven't got the eyes to play on a 2-inch screen. So it's going to be more of a novelty, more of a gimmick, as opposed to, a hardcore dedicated machine. But they were quite far in the design process, so they sent me the designs. I had a look at them, and so we got feedback on my channel, got feedback on Twitter, Reddit, and it was apparent that people weren't too interested in a 2-inch model. So they then decided to scrap the 2-inch model and go for, I think, a 3.5-inch screen, the gang, for now. So I kind of put them in touch.
I think that's how it's sort of going.
Oh, yeah, you were speaking to them, weren't you? I remember, I remember you speaking to them as well.
I hope the guys right.
You have, because you were speaking to them. I remember I contacted you, and then you were kind of speaking to them about certain things, I think, over on my Discord. So, that'll be interesting. If they release a 3.5-inch, it'll be a good start for something open source where you can get other stuff kind of out there and on there. But it'd be interesting to see what their final design is like. Like I've specified above everything a low latency screen, something that scales nicely to integer scaling, and like good controls above everything else. So let's see what they kind of deliver. I've told them, look, speak to devs. They're there. If you get on board with devs, they'll port their stuff over. You'll get stuff coming over. So hopefully they'll do a good job of it, and not like a half-assed job, like a decent job of it, even if they end up taking a bit more time on that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I've talked to them a few times. I said, look, as long as you guys have some memory in there, like the Neo Geo needs quite a bit for them to run it. So as long as they have that there, I'm clicking with the wrong mouse. Wow. As long as they've got that, then that helps us out quite a bit.
Yeah, so like with like the way I see it is, if an open source handheld came out there and a Neo Geo core came out for it, that's it. It's got to be a success now, because just having that system on there opens massive possibilities. And obviously, once you get a developer or two bringing stuff out for it, it also opens the floodgates of other people bringing stuff out. I did ask them if they give units out to developers, and they said yes. So it'll be good of them once they release something to get yourself a few units out there so people can mess about with it and bring stuff out. I mean, it is something that potentially could be, you know, we've got Analogue that do their stuff, and Analogue, to be honest, the market Analogue have got, Analogue will always have. No one does systems better than them, where you can use original cartridges, your original media. No one's ever. I can't see anyone ever coming close. Any bonuses they've got. Other stuff that comes out will still do well, but I don't think it will really tap into Analogue's market. At least not anything that will be noticeable.
Yeah, and who is it? Polymega. Like, yeah, I hope they sort of get going on some things, but I don't know. Every time I've seen them bring something out, it just seems to be software based.
It is. I think people are kind of comparing. So people were saying about them that they started by saying it's going to be FPGA based, and then when they released everything, they said it's going to be emulation, which is terrible, really, because something like that, all you need is a decent PC. And you've pretty much got everything. Because I'm good with emulation, man. I've been playing. So I got like a ROG Ally because I don't think it done that well because of some design faults that it had. But now that I bought it at launch for 700, but I returned it because it kept frying micro SD cards because they just didn't have the heat dissipation sorted properly. So the exhaust would go over, the heat would pass over the micro SD card slot and it would fry the SD card. So as well as that, the D-pad was crap. So I returned it, got a full refund. But then I saw like a open box return for $365 on eBay, so I grabbed it and I thought, okay, you know, for that money, that's fair enough. But gave my youngest kid the Steam Deck. He really wanted it, so okay, he played that. Now on that, I've been emulating the GameCube, and I've been playing F-Zero, is it GX or whatever it is on there?
Yeah, it will be GX, which is the final version of. Well, we call it the final version.
It plays amazingly well. Now, I personally don't feel for stuff like GameCube. I need like an FPGA implementation of it. Well, for me, emulation is perfect on that. Like, I love it. The only thing that I really would like an FPGA is the Sega Dreamcast, and that honestly is just for one game. It's for Capcom versus SNK 2, because emulation for Dreamcast is too laggy. It's way too laggy. If you play, I don't notice it so much on 3D games. Like, if I play a 3D game, I'm all right on emulation. As soon as I play Capcom versus SNK 2, I don't want to play it.
You can feel it on that.
Oh, it's not even feel it a little bit. It's like it feels like I've put the game in a tank and I'm playing it underwater. It's terrible. So that's why people are like, oh look, why don't you just buy a Dreamcast? But if I buy a Dreamcast, I've got to get it modded. I've got to get a HDMI mod. I've got to buy 2 arcade sticks for it. By the time you cost everything up, I've paid a whole bunch of money for it. That's why I'd rather get an FPGA console that can do it. And as well as that, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff and hopefully more advanced arcade cores that I've got access to now as well.
Exactly.
Ooh, shall I take over? You're in game over mode now.
Yeah, you have a crack at it.
I'm going to go with... oops. I'm now going to
Double
go
Dragon
with
2,
Double
wasn't
Dragon
it?
2, yeah, Double Dragon 2. Oh, it
I
does.
know a lot of people... I'm wondering if Pixel does have the Dreamcast core up and running soon.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of trouble in-house with Mars, so I've got no idea. But they're saying they're going to have 3DO on display at an event in June, as well as Mortal Kombat 2, and maybe Jaguar as well. So, but they sound very, very confident. And honestly, like at one point, with everything that I knew that I can't so much discuss, I thought that's it. These guys are dead. They're not making it, right? But I mean, either you're delusional, because the amount of confidence that these guys have got, I'm wondering whether they've got some kind of trick up their sleeve in June that's going to let them play. But I'm also wondering, are they just going to run emulators converted over to FPGA rather than actual reverse engineered stuff? Again, no idea. I don't really know Pixel, but everyone that I know from the industry speaks very, very highly of Pixel. They say he's a good guy. So
yeah, and every time I've chatted to him, and I've always had a good run with him, he's also helped me out with getting some ODE stuff as well. So I give him full credit on all that stuff.
Yeah, so let's kind of see what happens, right? What they kind of release. Okay, Philly, this looks better, but the only move I seem to have is a flying kick. Okay, so forwards and the button just lets you do flying kicks. So the two buttons haven't been configured for this. Second button doesn't do anything. It definitely looks better though. Definitely looks better. I'll give you that. All right. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So like they've got an event there. So Mars are going to this event called Too Many Games. It'll be interesting to see what they come out with, right? Because Dreamcast, I don't think Dreamcast is anywhere near close getting done. But again, Mars never said that. Mars have never said that it will be around launch. They said it's somewhere on the roadmap, but that's very that's subjective and ambiguous, right? Because it can be 5 years down the road on your roadmap. It can be 10 years or it can be 6 months. So you're not quite declaring anything, are you? So I mean, it'll be interesting. I really do want to see it. Ash started working on it. And I think based on what kind of Fixel said and what the work he's done, I don't think Ash isn't working on the Dreamcast anymore. However, I won't go into any further detail, but don't be surprised if other people are trying to tackle it as well. And hopefully other people may well be more successful or may bring it out quicker than Mars. But, it's not something I know concrete. It's not something I can say. All I'm saying is there may be like when someone else is working on something, often they collaborate with people and other people can also kind of work on stuff themselves. Ash's work, Ash done quite a fair amount of work on there. Someone can take that work and go, okay, I want to continue this. Yeah, so
go through from there, yeah.
And it can happen. I mean, people, we know people work on cores, right? But someone else will go and work on that core and release it before that person, which kind of puts a spanner in their works. But it's an open market. There's open source stuff out there. And you can have multiple people working on the same stuff.
Where is that?
Oh, Maz, do you know what I'm looking forward to? And I kind of check it, and hopefully one day it will just come out, right? And I'm really hoping for spiritualized cores for the Neo Geo Color Pocket and the Atari Lynx, man. I'm so hoping one day I'll see that. Obviously a PC Engine core as well, but we've got PC Engine already, so...
because I don't have many of the games either, so I'm just waiting for them to pop out as well.
Yeah, that'll be really good, really good. If we get that core, then wicked, because I'm really looking forward to playing. I mean, the Neo Geo Pocket, we've got Hatego's core now. Hatego's core, you can see like Hatego's a very good developer. Like I'm a big fan of his, and I have a big bias towards him because he brought CPS 2. He brought CPS 1.5 and 2. So, but however, you can see that when he's done the Neo Geo Pocket core, he's a guy that does arcade cores, and you can see that in his kind of console core. He's done it with an arcade mindset, and he had a lot of difficulties with it to the point where he kind of regretted taking that job on. And when I done the interview on the channel, he said that after what he's committed to, which is the Jaguar, as well as the Neo Geo Pocket, he's only going to stick to arcade cores. So, but it'll be interesting because, Analogue Pocket, for everyone that's played the core, says it's very good. They've done a really good job on it. So, I'm confident it will come out via OpenFPGA at some point, or a spiritualized core will come out. Just obviously got no idea when. So, it will be nice to see that at some point.
I'm sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Time of when they decide to drop it out.
You know what? It's just amazing when it actually. I remember I didn't have the Analogue Pocket when spiritualized. Right? Do you want to take over?
Oh yeah, I got a classic one running.
Yeah, wicked. Let me go back out, and okay, I'm back out, and let me bring your screen back up. Okay, your screen is up. Yeah, so I remember when Spiritualized dropped the first bunch of cores, right? And it was a whole bunch of cores. We're talking like, I don't know, 10, whatever, 8, 9, 10. A whole bunch of cores were they just dropped out. And I didn't have the Analogue Pocket, and I was like, wow. And then just before I got the Analogue Pocket, you had AG releasing everything, man. NES, PC Engine. You had Eric Lewis, who did the Mega Drive core. You had it all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't cancel that order. In fact, there's another channel that the guy's disappeared now. I think New Retro Adventures. I kind of like this channel, man. He did really good videos. His production was really good. His scripting, everything was good. You could see that. Like, whereas my channel is more quantity, his one was definitely more quality, right? And I'll always give people credit where it's due.
There was one person who was doing like playthroughs, but he was just showing the screen. I'm trying to think of him.
Was it Ham Solo Plays? He done a lot of playthroughs, but more on a Mister than the Analogue Pocket.
God, I haven't got the jump pattern down on this.
Yeah. This doesn't look too bad, you know. It looks a little bit squashed though. It feels like the screen needs to be
It's
stretched
a
a
little
bit.
squashed, but in terms of response time, very nice.
Ah, decent. Oh yeah, so you know that guy, New Retro Adventures. What he did was he was gutted. He cancelled his Analogue Pocket. He cancelled his order for that, man. And he was a little bit gutted about that. Okay, hey there, lady. Ah man, look at that! Just when you get a girl, someone needs to. Sorry,
was it Lady? Was she called Lady now, or?
Are we talking?
God. No,
a streamer that plays games, yeah?
No. Sorry, I'm thinking of the game here.
Oh, okay.
It's not Princess Peach up on top there. Her name is
Daisy. Is it Daisy? I know Daisy, Princess Peach.
God, you're gonna get me going now. Someone's gotta.
All right, I'll check on my phone while you're playing. So, what is it? Princess name in Donkey Kong, yeah?
No, the wouldn't be princess name. Whoa, jeez.
Female in Donkey Kong. Female in classic Donkey Kong.
I'm thinking Paula.
That you know what? That kind of sounds all right. You know, it might well be. Pauline. It's Pauline.
Pauline, yeah.
Yeah, that's. Do you know? I often confuse those names. There's a receptionist at work in one of the buildings. Her name's Pauline, and I always call her Paula. But I know it's Pauline now because after getting it wrong for the first 50 times, I finally figured it's Pauline. Wicked. While you're there, I am gonna have a look at some games. And well, I really would like to see you play Dragon's Lair. You know, if you can play that game.
Yeah, I know it's not like full animation and all of that, but
yeah, I think they did a good job in the ST and the Amiga, from what I remember. It was still cartoon looking, you know.
Once I get my jump on this setup, I'll be a little bit better at it.
Wicked. Do you know the Game and Watch? The Game and Watch Donkey Kong stuff's really, really good.
Well, I know it sounds horrible, but what was it? Donkey Kong. Who was the infamous gamer? You know, you had the Amiga guy who we found out he cheated on everything.
Oh, Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell,
yeah. And just watching what's going on with him right now and with Carl over here in Australia is interesting.
Okay, Carl's the guy that does the video that kind of calls them out, and he called out the guy that was doing the charity scams as well.
Correct.
Yeah, he
and then
does.
The valuation of game cards and stuff like that. Because to me that was interesting because I want to make sure that my cards are all in seal and yada.
Yeah, you know what?
The grading. Who did the grading again?
Water.
Yeah, Water.
Oh, I like to call him Water load of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. That was bad. I mean,
but then Billy Mitchell's now going after Carl and the guys who did all the scorekeeping, and then he's also going after Guinness World Records and stuff.
But is he actually legit or is he not? I mean, I haven't really followed it, so I'm not really sure.
Well, I read a lot of the lawsuits and stuff like that, and
okay.
Yeah, I don't think he has a leg to stand on myself, but
wow. But has he actually? You know, was it actually proper fake? Because to be honest, that Carl guy, when he does a video, he's legit with his videos. I would not like to be on one of his videos. We got Silkworm in the request. I don't know if you want to do that. Silkworm from Ori the Retro Gamer.
Yeah, let's do that.
That was all right, man. The Jeep and was it the Jeep and the helicopter? Yeah, decent. Yeah. So sorry, we're talking about Carl there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so from what I remember reading up on all of it and what Carl sort of said, Billy Mitchell, when he went to one of the places where he did the whole, showing that I'm doing a thing, and that's where he got one of the records. What was it? He was using a main machine and the wrong joystick for the whole.
Okay.
Jeez, this is actually pretty decent. Yeah, the wrong joystick for Donkey Kong, and thus, the record couldn't have been done there. And then there was
Okay.
other MAME stuff that was going on.
I think they allow MAME for records. I mean, some world record stuff you only you can only play it on
Billy
MAME.
Mitchell was always saying that, hey, I only use original hardware.
Okay, okay.
You can't really say that and then say you're doing MAME as well.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not great with colors, right? I always mention it. Only I'm colorblind with stuff. But there's people out there that when you're playing stuff on emulation, they'll start noticing the tiniest sound that's off, a little bit of color on something that's off. Because I always get people going, "Oh, by the way, I found this on there." And I'm like, "Look, I played it. It feels wicked to me." There's very few games where I can spot inaccuracies if they're there. But there's a lot of people that will find this stuff, and they know their stuff. Things. Yeah, they know their stuff.
It's like I said, going back to Carl and all that, all the guys that he catches out, man, there's some awesome stuff that gets found out.
Yeah, that's a good channel. When he done that completionist one, man, that just felt that felt bad, right? Because what was it? Is his mum had dementia, and that kind of hit a nerve because obviously my mum's got dementia, and I just thought that was very, very scummy. You know how he kind of done everything, and it just kind of hit a thing there, man. Okay, this is kind of looking all right, this game.
Yeah, this is a pretty decent one.
I like the boss in this,
man.
Whoa,
jeez.
Well, you killed him that quick. I just want to look at chat, and you done it. Wow, Maz, you're on fire, man. I swear, have you put like a cheat mode just for you in this call?
I'm wondering if I have here. I can jump back to the beginning again.
Nah, you're good. You're good. We'll let that run. We'll let that run. What else? What other requests we got in here? I'm thinking of doing a Mr. Play and Chat YouTube channel.
Cheating on an Amiga is sort of an essential, isn't it?
With
all the trainers.
Yeah, I've never really used them, you know. I think I may have used like a few back in the day if they were there just to kind of try it. But cheating it kind of takes the fun, unless you're doing it for a laugh or there's something particular you want to do. It just kind of takes away the fun. Oh, Ori the retro game. I'm thinking of doing a Mr. Play and Chat YouTube channel. Just too busy right now. Well, Ori, you know what? If that's something you want to do, like Phile's got a YouTube channel, and I watch it from time to time. He just goes on, like for example, the gaming time he does. I think with Phile, pretty much anytime he's gaming and he can stream it, he'll stream it. So he'll stream. He was doing the latest Yakuza game. What is it? The Infinite Wealth or something. When he's playing his retro stuff, he's doing it. So you can do it, man. I mean, you know, everything. You start everything slowly. Nothing happens overnight. If you're just doing it as a hobby and you just want to do it, like I've got a friend. His channel's called Unicron Gaming. He just kind of does it as a hobby. You know, he's close to like I think 100 subscribers. His content's actually quite interesting. He's very good at certain games like Shinobi. So if that's something you want to do and you want to, you know, go chat whatever, yeah, man, like go for it. It starts and you know you can turn your hobby into something, well, you know, like a hobby, and maybe you can monetize it after, who knows. I mean, even now with everything I've got, YouTube ad revenue, the most I've been paid in 1 month from ad revenue is like £335. My average at the moment is around £200 a month, and that's because of certain changes at my work. I don't have enough time to put into content as I did at one point. At the moment I have, because I'm on annual leave, but yeah, I mean it's decent. But I'll tell you one thing, like everything, nothing's easy. If you want to do it properly, it does require a lot of work and dedication. But if you just want to stream and have a bit of fun, then yeah, cool, man, build it and just keep working at it. What's going on here?
Jeez, this is a bit full on.
Okay, yeah, I dig this game. I think this game's good. Okay, do you know what, Raging Cajun? I think you know, like the Duo. If I had, like, I wish out of all my consoles I kept my PC Engine stuff, and if I had all my Hue cards, I'd definitely be interested in a Duo. But because I don't have that, I wasn't interested in getting that. Someone like Philae, who I think's got a lot of physical carts out there, obviously it's of interest to him, which is decent. But yeah, man, like Analogue Pocket has just become very, very versatile, man. Like a very, very good device.
I still do whenever I go to work.
Do you always take it with you?
Just take it on the train.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good, man.
That's where it sort of really shines.
Yeah.
When you just want to get out of the house or go somewhere.
Yeah, I need to...
even just going to the beach.
Yeah, it's too sunny to play on that, man. You can't. You know what was good out of everything that I've tried that was very, very good, actually in sunlight as well? The bloody Steam Deck, man. The Steam Deck it's a marvel. But I'm talking about the high-end one, the one with the anti-reflective screen. That really works. It really, really works. Even in sunlight, I was like surprised because, you know, I remember when I first got married and my wife was like, I want to go out here, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I always either had the PSP or the DS with me. I just couldn't play it out anywhere in the sun. I gave up.
All right.
Okay,
that was a good game, that one.
Well, what we got? Yeah, no, that was good. All right, so I'll tell you what, go with the last couple. We got like 5 minutes left on the stream, 5 minutes to midnight, so we'll kind of wrap it up. It's been fun. We can go on for ages, but I guess
I got to do one. I got to do one though.
Yeah, do whatever you want, man.
Which was
go with whatever you want. We can end the stream anytime you're ready, Maz. I'm good. I don't really need to play anything else. But we can go through any stuff that you like. You can definitely show people your personal favorites. If there's anything else you know you wanna reveal about your future works. Oh, which one did you? It's not a Castlevania, is it? I didn't see what you picked. I just saw the Scorpion Engine
recently.
I like a lot of the stuff on here, man. That's what Dante done. Dante 2D Dev or Dante Mendez. Oh, the Wonder Boy. Yeah, you mentioned this, didn't you? Yes, I saw this. I saw this recently. There's a really good website. I've got to give a shout out to the guys at Time Extension. Really, really good. If you haven't checked them out, guys, check out timeextension.com. It's a very, very good website. They cover a lot of stuff on there, man. So
I want to make sure that everything's all fine in there. But yeah, these guys have been doing pretty well, and they built a whole gaming engine just for the Amiga.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Very, very good. Very, very good. I really like the new Castlevania. Like I like the Castlevania on the NES, but I can't play it now. It's not something I can. Wow. Yeah, this looks good, man.
Nice.
Is it choppy or is it just the internet connection that I'm getting from you?
It's a tiny bit choppy, but for me, it's not that bad. Maybe the feet look a little weird.
Yeah, I'm getting.
So I'm trying to concentrate.
Yeah. No, do that. In the meantime, let's see what chat is saying. Thanks so much. Wicked Philae. But yeah, Ori, I look forward. I look forward to the channel, man. Take the first steps. Get it out there, man. Play it and just have fun. Just remember when you first start doing this stuff. So I remember when I kind of first started my channel. When I do a stream, I literally get 0 people watching. There'll be no one out there. Like occasionally you might get one person dropping by or something, but it's 0. So do expect for that. And another thing to kind of point out as well, you need thick skin. Expect people to insult you and call you all types of names. It's absolutely normal. People do that. It's not something, you know, people should experience, but it's reality and it's how it is. If you get upset by people calling your names and calling you an idiot, then definitely don't do it. As long as you can deal with that, you're good. You're good.
Like me to you.
Yeah, no, but you only do that in private. In the public light, you're actually very nice to me, so thanks for that.
Okay, I got to change my demeanor then.
I think you're doing a good job as it is, bud. Keep the good vibes. Okay, now it's actually looking good. So I had a little bit of bad internet there, so it was looking very choppy. Now I think I'm seeing it quite well. This is good, man, and the Scorpion Engine is exciting. So they've made. I know they made Castlevania on that. I don't know if they made Final Fight on that as well. The Final Fight version on the Amiga is good. The only thing is, when I did a video on it, I kind of set it up wrong. So it was actually running slow, but I didn't mind because I felt like I was in a matrix, right? Everything was slow and I've become super fast. So I kind of played it. So right, This is fairly accurate to the game. I mean, the graphics look better than the Sega System 1, right? Because I guess Amiga
Yeah.
Tech is better, so it does look better. Wonder Boy 3 is good. Wonder Boy 3 is really, really good. I think Philly got me to play that yesterday on the Mr. Arcade Port stream, and that was that was good.
The only thing is this is a bit slow when it goes between scenes, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
Slow down a bit.
Yeah, okay.
But hey, that's
That was an Amiga thing, man. I remember playing Monkey Island and swapping discs. I mean, I remember bloody playing Street Fighter, which was terrible, and you had to swap between fights. You had to swap discs, man. I mean, that really does break the flow of combat.
I heard the same was with like weirdly. I used to love the Rise of the Robots game. I know a lot of people mock it and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Do you know what?
It's rightfully so. But the second one I actually really enjoyed because they actually got it a bit more to a fighting game standard.
I have to try the second one out. I've only played the first one. That was disappointment for me, man. Big time on so many levels.
The first one or the second one?
No, the first one. I haven't tried the second one.
Oh yeah, the first one. The
yeah,
first one I can understand why.
Yes, but the thing is, we all have our guilty pleasures. Someone can like it. The reason I didn't like it because I remember looking at it in a magazine with my uncle who had the ST, and he was like, "Look, this game over here, it learns how you fight, it adapts, it does all this." It was very, very hyped in magazines, right? And so
Brian May was doing the music and stuff like that. Or was that the second one?
You know what? I don't even know. I don't forget the music when they just showed the graphics because it did look good in stills, and then when they showed what how the engine's gonna work and how the fighting is gonna work, and when you played it was a big disappointment. Now, if it wasn't hyped up like that, it might have been one of my guilty pleasures, and I think that's what it is for you. It's just one of those games. It's not good, but it's a game that you personally like.
And I suppose I didn't get the hype either because I didn't watch any of it back in NZ. We
so
just
you went blind and you tried it.
Yeah, went blind. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's fine. That's fine. That's how like people cuss Rastan 2, right? I love that game. Like it's one of my guilty pleasures, and we all have that. There's a lot of bad games that I will play because I like it. I'd love to get an FPJ core of Rastan 2. Just love the game, but it is crap. It's really, really crap. But I played it in the arcade. I love Rastan 1. When Rastan 2 came out, I was like, wow, this is wicked. But I know it's crap, but I like it.
If I did have a chance to do a core, because one thing that sort of hicks me on all these consoles and all that, we've never seen Aliens 3.
Aliens 3, okay,
And
what is that? Is that a SNES game or is that an arcade game you're talking about?
It's on SNES, it's on pretty much everything. But it's sort of like a platformer. Now, I have nothing against the game itself. It's a nice game. But I miss Aliens 3, the gun.
Okay.
Which is an arcade game.
With a light gun?
I think that's a System 32.
Okay. And is it a light gun game or?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's not a light gun. It's it stays in one spot. Oh, damn, missed it.
So would you play it with a
Because
controller?
I was just looking at here, Terminator 2. Terminator 2 was also not a light gun game, but it was a swinging access gun.
Okay.
Gun.
Right. So Terminator 2 was one of the Midway games, right?
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it was. It's on that Midway, I think, Y unit, or is it X unit core? It's something that Promod released. It's on the same core as Smash TV. So you on that core, Smash TV and Total Carnage work, but they have no sound. Mortal Kombat, he couldn't get working. It crashes with when the FMVs come in. And the other games on there, I know Terminator 2 was on there, the arcade game, and that doesn't work either. And then it has like some baseball games and stuff. So
indeed.
Anything else you want to check?
Let's have a look. What else is there?
Go for whatever you want.
I'm trying to think of something.
Do you know what would be nice as well? Yeah, like I know they've got a lot of categories in this: arcade ports category and a Scorpion Engine category. So mind you, you've got all games by year. Why don't you go all games by year and have a look at some of the later years maybe? Because then you'll start getting some of the new releases. Oh, wicked!
It's a Castlevania.
Yeah, that's the demo. It's not. It's
of course,
quite far
Frogger.
along.
Yeah. God, I've always wanted to do the cheat on this one. See if I can do it.
Wicked. So Galaxian. So is Galaxian by Namco? Is that not by
Correct.
Namco? It is by Namco, right? Okay.
I'm sure it's some.
Because I know there's like Galaga there. Oh wow, this really does look like that game I was playing early on the Analogue Pocket. Yeah, hopefully you chat to Obsidian.dev one day, man. He's nice. He's on the FPJ Gaming Discord. He speaks on there sometimes. But he's bringing a lot of these older games over to the Analogue Pocket, so that's really, really nice.
I don't think this will work on this. The cheat. There's an infamous cheat. If you do not shoot the two far left characters in the first level, so these two.
Okay.
And you just go for about 15 minutes, and that you got to shoot everyone else except for those two, and just wait for 15 minutes. And then once they stop shooting, I think I shot them. Then the whole game will keep on playing when you go up next level, and none of them will shoot at you.
Oh wow, okay. And this is this is on the Amiga version, yeah, or was this on the arcade version?
I think it's the arcade.
Okay, but will it be in the Amiga version?
Correct. I got to try and lost it. All right, let's see if I can get through these guys.
Go do it.
Oh, I didn't notice that the bullet was actually on the front of it.
Yeah, these ones are, and this one you can only move left and right, yeah, because the game earlier that Gapless and Galaga 3, you can actually move up and down, which caught me by surprise. I would have never even moved it up and down, right? But I saw it in the attract mode, and I was like, oh wow, okay, you can you can move up and down in this, which is really weird for a game of this style because you're only ever used to moving left and right.
Is it me or has the bullet not sort of come back quick enough?
Oh, you know what? I was kind of looking at chat and the phone. Are you talking about the enemy bullets or your bullets?
My ones.
It looks like you can only have one on the screen at any given time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't fire like multiples. So I like a heavy rate of fire in a lot of these games. That's why I prefer the kind of more newer shmups, right? Than these ones here. I was around when these were here. I just weren't really going out playing arcades. Played stuff like this on home computer. There's actually a good one on the Commodore 64. I should have looked for that. It was called Better Dead Than Alien. I really used to like that game. I don't know if you know that one.
Dead Than Alien.
Let me see if it's on the Amiga actually. Let me go. Oh, my controller's turned itself off. And we're on.
Very dangerous. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Love that game. Right, okay.
Technically, Tapper is an arcade.
Go for it then, man. Is that the little...
Oh, I just want to see what else is here for a sec.
Wicked. Yeah, Ori, Rich Dangerous is wicked, man. Rich Dangerous. Sorry, what game did I just say I was going to have a look at? I completely forgot. I went to the letter B.
Metal Gear.
Wow, Metal Gear for it. What? Amazing.
Turbo Sprint. This is the one I was looking for.
I remember this. I remember the title now. Is this a bird's eye view one then, yeah? Turbo Sprint. Okay, cool. What's that? So what did they say? Support Amiga devs, winners.
Winners don't pirate games.
Oh, okay. You know what? This is so many years in the future now. It doesn't matter now. But Amiga was rife for piracy, man. I think I only had like one original game or something. All my games it was just normal over here in the UK.
I remember seeing the Batman game all the time, but that was because it usually shipped with...
Oh, with the console, yeah? Yeah, over here, Back to the Future was one that shipped with the computer going, yeah, this game's good, man. Do you know what? One thing about a lot of these older games, right, the physics was really good. Like the way your car skidded and moved around, it was just done really well. Nah?
This definitely needs to be played with a steering wheel.
Wow. I remember. Do you remember the arcade machines with like 3 and 4 steering wheels on there?
Yeah.
You can go and play. I remember Super Sprint was in my local arcade. Unfortunately, it wasn't that popular though. No one really. I don't remember many people playing it in the arcade.
No one really got into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was there. You know, you might see some random guy playing it one time, but it was mainly like Street Fighter, Avengers. That was a good game. Captain
Killer
America
Instinct.
Avengers. Killer Instinct wasn't. We didn't have many arcade machines
Oh no,
over
not
here.
Killer
You know?
Instinct.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I was thinking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I've never been big. I've never been like a big Mortal Kombat guy when it came to competitive play or anything. The only one that I really thought was okay was Mortal Kombat 2 on the SNES. I played that with a group of my friends. That was decent. But yeah, never got into it. Street Fighter was my game. Still is, to be honest. I still like playing it from time to time.
Press button to join the race. I'm pushing the button.
Someone really likes your accent, Mizu. It is the man with the great accent, PCN. So the man with the great accent with me is Mazamars312. If I haven't said it already. Is the dev name Rick Dangerous? No, the dev's name is Mazamars, man. Yeah, he's the guy that brought this call over to the Analogue Pocket. And actually really helps me with my channel because he gives me advanced copy of his stuff that I can put on the channel and it gets me a lot of views and yeah, it gets my channel kind of out there. You know, I love doing exclusive stuff on the channel. I love getting stuff out there that's not quite released yet. It brings a lot of stuff. It brings a lot of credibility to the channel as well. Like it. I mean, I'm happy doing stuff that's released as well. It still works just as well. But when it's not out there, I feel kind of special. I want. Do you know? I really want the Boogerman calls to come out, man. I really want. I want to see like a public release of them, so other people can enjoy them as well. Especially the IRIM calls are really good, Maz. The M72.
Yeah, I've got to play. What's it? Is it In the Water? You know, it's sort of like the
In the
spiritual
Hunt.
beginning of In the Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But see that one.
How did I spin around the wrong way?
You see on Mister, right? There's a turbo core. So Wicker Wacker's made a turbo core. But don't play that game with a turbo core. You need the slowdown. Sometimes there's so much going on the screen, and when you've got that much going on, it slows down, and you can navigate your way around using that. So that's a game where when you play the turbo mode, you're like, nah, I can't play it like this. It's too tough.
Exactly. And what was it? Like everyone goes on about Metal Slug 2, you know, it being slow and everything, and I agree. It's just an absolute nightmare to play. Until you speed it up or you get the turbo version.
And then that's it, you're just dying, man. Everything's coming at you. There's no remorse, there's nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, what was it as well? So for example, now like with some of the fast ROMs, like there's a guy Kanzu12, cool guy. He's converting a lot of the SNES games to fast ROMs, but it's the same thing there. Like for example, like Street Fighter, I've played it a lot. Grego2D. He made it where he eliminated the slowdown now in CPS2 in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and I was like, wow, you can't. But then I thought about it. I thought that's such a big part of the game that I've been playing for like the last 30 years or so that even with the option there, I don't even want to try it. I'm just not interested in there. I like that slowdown. It is. I kind of adapt to it.
It gets quite pinnacle on a lot of that. Like. I don't think people sort of realize how much that slowdown was actually accounted for. Jesus.
Well, no, from what I heard, like a lot of developers knew it would happen. There's limitations with the hardware, so especially this goes even more for like the cave games. So they made them using the slowdown to put the trickier parts of the game in there so you could navigate and use the slowdown. So see, a lot of people that like the cave games, they can only get a buzz playing them on original hardware because as soon as they're emulated, that slowdown's gone in an emulator. So it makes it next to impossible to complete.
There's a lot of effects that also gets put through on that time as well. It's,
okay.
It's really interesting.
See, that's good. It's like you've got limitations, but you work with those limitations to give the end user a better experience. So that's why with the turbo core, like so, for example, the fast ROMs Kanzu12 does. Certain games, if I haven't played them, I'll pick the fast ROM version. But if I have played it and I know the slowdown, I want that nostalgia kick. I'll keep the slowdown in. But we're saying, Maz, should we do one more? Is there anything else you want to see or? You big want to
Yeah,
see?
let's do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
What have you got? What have you got an idea of?
You can pick whatever you want, man. I'm easy. I'm actually really happy I didn't have to play as much on the stream, and you done a lot of the legwork, man. I just got to to be honest, I got to chill. So that was really cool.
Got to actually do a few more games with this Rhaegar.
I mean, to be honest, if you want, you can pick any. It doesn't have to be an arcade game now. We can wind down with whatever you want. So literally anything you want.
Oh gosh, what did I push there?
Another world.
Another
yeah,
world.
cool. Here you go.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, you know what? It's not an arcade game, but we can wrap up with this. This is a good game, man. When this came out, this was cutting edge. The graphics were wicked. Remember that?
I can't remember if we got to actually cheat on here.
Yeah, you can put in any code, can't you, in this stuff? No, and it starts. It should start, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 3 times you.
Okay. I think this is one of the early games we tested on this core. Guys,
maybe that one's not the best one. Oh, it's the Lost Level ones, yeah, which is a bit of a nightmare.
Oh, I don't even know that one. Right. I mean, that game was just wicked. For me, that was like the next step after the Prince of Persia game. Prince of Persia was really good, and then Another World came out. Do you know what I found really difficult, and I never quite...
My favourite's still this one.
What, Another World?
Willy Beamish. No, Adventures of Willy Beamish.
Okay. Right, that looks like a point and click.
Essentially, yeah, with a bit of humour in it.
Nice. Those point and clicks. Do you know, I kind of want to play Return to Monkey Island on my Switch, but I just end up so much time doing stuff for the channel, I end up not playing games that much. Do you know what is really good? I really like Cyberpunk 2077. I started playing that, man. I got really good buzz out of playing that. It's very good. Very good.
Any good Shadowgate style games on the Amiga?
So Shadowgate is an RPG. I guess Syndicate could be maybe similar to it, but it's less RPG. Syndicate's more mission based. Syndicate is really good. That's one of my favorite games out there on the system. In fact, on Amiga, it's just like you need to sit down with a mouse and keyboard to play it properly. It just doesn't translate well onto a controller. Miss Glass. Okay. Oh, I saw you playing this when we were during setup and everything. Okay, interesting. Yeah, see,
it's a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah, I wish, man. It's like if it was sunny now, something would be wrong. It's midnight here, so we've gone from one day to the next. So what time?
You're finally on my day, mate.
Yeah, I caught up.
It's 10:16 a.m. here.
Wow, awesome. Do you know what's really funny, right? So my wife's sister lives in Italy. She's got 3 kids exactly the same as me. Two boys, 1 girl, right? And the kids are friends. And
I was just reading the
good
chat there.
So what was really funny is when my kids found out that Italy was 1 hour ahead, they called up their cousins and they started asking them, can you let us know what exactly is going on an hour from now? You know, the concept of being 1 hour ahead, they saw it as them being in the future, which kind of makes sense from a child's perspective. That's how you would read it, right?
It's like me when I was living back in NZ. Like, we would call everyone up in the UK, you know, from yourself. And of course, we would always call on New Year's, just as it turned over, and go, hey, you guys are so far behind.
How wicked. So you guys
we're a year ahead.
So 10. So you're all right. So you're 10 hours ahead, right? That's pretty cool.
I think we are, yes.
Yeah, you said 10:15, so we're midnight here. But do you have daylight savings there? I think daylight savings is such a stupid thing.
Yeah. Well, here in Melbourne, we've got daylight savings, same in NZ. But when we were living up in Queensland, which is about 16 hours north of here.
Wow.
They don't have daylight savings, but we're all on the same sort of time zones.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, man. Let's have a look at chat while we're kind of wrapping up. I was thinking,
so we don't have audio on my side. Thinking of the horror exploration, I think Darkseid would be a good sort of point and click / well, we're talking about Shadowgate, but
Shadow. Okay, cool. Did he say Shadow? Oh, Shadowgate. Sorry, I was thinking of Shadowrun. You know that. That's what I was. The SNES game. Cool, wicked. They keep trying to make. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? It was to help with the farmers. But what I don't understand is why change the clock for the whole country when the farmers can just set their alarm 1 hour early. It never made sense to me.
I don't believe the whole farmers thing, just because I'll say I'm from a farming background.
Yeah, I remember.
And changing the cow's time, well, we were milking. Changing the cow's time twice a year was horrible.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it was more more on the city slickers.
Yeah, I just don't. I get that. What we've been told over here is to give them more light, but then I know, I can get up at a different time. It doesn't matter. Oh, Alan D's in the house. Yo, Alan, how you doing, man? Wicked. Thanks for your help with the C64 core earlier, man. So, Guy Alan's part of the management team on the Pixel Cherry Ninja Discord server, and he does really help out, man. When I'm out and about doing stuff, like, he really does help out. So thank you very much, bud, and thanks for dropping by. Which game we're doing now? I think we should make this the last one, so should get some sleep.
Yeah, this is Dark Seed, which is...
It says CD32 there, but is that just a controller?
Yeah, but I don't think it works on this one. But what we'll do, we'll quit, and we'll get the other version. Oh no.
Oh, it's worked, wicked.
Cyber Dreams, yeah.
Okay, wicked, Mizu. Oh, by the way, we've got Cannon Fodder playing again. I left it off for a bit, but I thought we'll finish with a bit of Cannon Fodder soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a pity we don't have the sound on this, because this one has a very interesting soundtrack to it.
Okay. Well, I'll have to work on something, because it's fun doing these, it's fun streaming. Obviously, I'm speaking to a lot of people on chat, but it's nice to have someone on board as well. I mean, if you're happy doing it, the Fightcade ones work really well, but it'll just mean we're playing multiplayer games. Mainly the arcade ROM set works well on it. Dreamcast works okay on it as well. But it's a very I don't know. Have you ever tried Fightcade?
No, not too much of it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Because, like I said, haven't been playing many games recently. Here you go. Here's the HR Geiger stuff.
Oh wow, that is nasty, man. Wow, I've kind of got a headache after watching that.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah, that's nasty, man. It's like yeah, my missus was telling me about my mother-in-law having like stones, like, the bladder stones and everything. When she was telling me like the whole thing, I just started feeling funny. Usually I'm alright with stuff, but occasionally I start feeling a bit weird on that. But okay, so there's good point and clicks on the Amiga, but I remember back then, right, you didn't have the internet to help you with anything. You just had to figure everything out.
There's no walkthroughs.
Nothing. And some of the stuff just made no logical sense. You just had to figure it out with some weird and random stuff, and that includes stuff like Monkey Island as well. Most of it was alright, but then some of the stuff just didn't quite make sense. I miss those days, right, where knowledge really had to be learned, not just clicked away. You were asking what was the woman in Donkey Kong called. I clicked a couple of buttons and we were there. But right, wicked. All right, Maz, we've been.
Actually, this isn't a point and click, but it is.
It is a point. It definitely looks like a point and click.
But it's not using the mouse.
Really? What's it using? Oh, but it said CD32
I'm using the D-pad,
there. So I wonder if it was they tried to make it CD30. Well, the animation kind of looks alright. So I wonder if it's got that CD32. Sit down on your sofa and use your controller and do it. I mean, these games are good. You know what? I like some of the modern point and clicks. So I liked Broken Sword 3 on the original Xbox. That was good. It was done different. You're moving around like a 3D character, but it was a point and click. But I really like the Telltale games, like The Wolf Among Us, the Walking Dead games. They played really well. In fact, I need to play the Borderlands ones. Your controller's gone again. Oh, it's back. Okay, cool. Right, shall we wrap this up, or do you want to get Mullet Guy to go down and do something?
Oh, doesn't worry me.
Yeah, let's go, man. It's quite late, and then I gotta get up, man. So guys, we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. It's like 12:30 for me at night, but Murray's just waking up. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks Murray for joining the stream. It was definitely a lot of fun, absolutely brilliant. Hopefully we'll do this another time, Maz. Like when we've got a bit of time, we'll definitely do this, man. It was definitely fun, and we'll try and work a solution where your sound is coming through as well. I'm quite happy to do this. In fact, when you release your next core, we can just go your next call, have a chat, and just kind of run through that and see what everyone else kind of goes with. Or if you do an update for the Neo Geo core, or you do an update for like the turbo part of the Neo Geo core, because then we'll have like plenty of games to play as well. But
yeah, that and the other one will have to be the PCE CD.
Oh, that'll be,
hopefully
good.
once we get that all going now.
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome. The PC Engine CD would be a good one to explore as well. So wicked, fantastic. Yeah. But all right, well, wicked guys. Bye from myself. Bye from Mazamars. Yeah, we'll see you guys around. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja and Mazamars out.
Take it easy.